What's up? What's up? What's up? Good mythical morning, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Cheers to everybody. Happy 7 a.m. Happy Bren Chong Cup. Happy, I don't know, it's a happy day. How's everybody doing today? Higher over KK. That's a statement, but you could back that up. There's a lot. Higher's a good player. He didn't have a good season last season. All of Wedgem, I say Wedgem, but I know it's Wedgm. I don't know. I think Wedgem's kind of funny. Wedgem didn't have the best season last season. Not at all. They had a really bad season. So Higher kind of went under the radar, but Higher was technically the captain on Wedgem, and they made it to the World Finals, not last season, the season before that. I don't know. I think you make that argument. Quesadillas, yo, what's up, man? How have you been? What's good? Happy Tuesday. Happy I don't have a name for Tuesday yet. We got Thor's Day is Thursday. We got a Camel Day is Wednesday. I got nothing after that. Chicken Toe, what's up, man? How you doing today? Good morning. How you doing? 4 a.m. stream, yes, sir. Quesadillas, you're up at 4 in the morning. Why? It's either you haven't fallen asleep yet or you're up, and both are terrifying. Dabbing God, what's up, man? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? I don't know what time it is for everybody. I keep saying good morning, but it could be afternoon for everybody. But I just woke up, so that's why I keep saying good morning. Look at this little mug. This is what my mom got me. Where does this look from? Does this look familiar? It's my profile pic. Yeah, my mom made me a little mug with my profile pic on it for Christmas. Adorable, by the way. Thanks again, Mama Cash. NYR, sub Cash, long time no see. It's been a minute. It has been a minute and a half. How have you been, by the way? How's the life? How's the 2021 been for all you guys so far? YJ was good. What's up, YJ? It's crazy. You come to both streams, morning and the night one. At least sometimes. That's freaking insane. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's awesome to see familiar faces here in the morning. It makes doing the stream, first off, these guys above me make doing the stream pretty easy. Waking up to see Higher, SandBox, Hajime, and KK play, I'm about it. KK over whole Wedgem team. Yeah, that's KK's good. KK's probably, if we're ranking these guys, I'm gonna go with KK and then Hajime. Honestly, but actually probably in this order. It goes probably above me all the way to the other side. But KENTSUMESHI did well last season too. I don't know. We'll see. Yo, Doc was good. Chicken Toe. I said what's up, but you know what? I want to say what's up again because you went yo Pablo. What's up, Pablo? How are you doing, man? What's up? Good morning. And happy Tuesday. Happy Bren Chong Cup day. Happy Clash Royale day. Just happy. I don't know. Just day. It's a good day. We're with another day, another dollar. I don't know why. I don't know why they say another day, another dollar. Like, hey, you wake up and you make money. That seems lame. They gotta change that saying. They gotta update that, because that saying's like, hey, I wake up and I'm just doing it for the money. Well, that's a bad. You gotta be like another day, another. I'm trying to think of something clever. I can't think of anything clever. That's probably because I just woke up though. I was just watching you on YouTube. You were? No way. That's legit. That's super cool. I love when I hear that. Like I was watching your TikTok or watching your YouTube. I got some YouTube videos. I got to grind on the YouTube thing. I think I'm going to. I've been watching a lot of basketball recently, and I think I'm cutting out basketball. Not because the Raptors are starting off 2-8 and it's hard to watch. Because I think I got to really work on that YouTube. Just freaking grind. I eat orphan sheesh early. Why are you up right now? Are you working today?
And open to everyone. The competition will be divided into 4 regions.
No sleep. Correct. Quesadillas, you are insane. What time do you go to bed usually? Do you usually go to bed this time? Still on break and not until Friday, since hours were cut. Or no work until Friday because hours were cut. Oh, I guess, yeah, you guys, I just assume, I guess I live in my little bubble. I assumed you guys were all on lockdown as well. We're on lockdown where I am. We're on lockdown, so, like, there's no, I guess some stores are open. Like, we went to Walmart last night to get some groceries and stuff, so, like, Walmart's open. Alex, yo, what's up, man? Good morning. What's up? How you doing, Alex? What's good, man? How's the day been for you? How's the Tuesday been? Yeah, it's weird. I thought yesterday was Tuesday for some reason. I knew it was Monday, but then when I went to bed, I was thinking that today was tomorrow, or today, but yesterday when I was thinking about the next day, so tomorrow was, wow, I'm saying way too many words right now. All I thought was, long story short, yesterday was Tuesday in my mind and today was Wednesday, but I don't know why I thought that, because that's just not true. That's just not true. Yo, Zerosis, what's good, man? What's up, what's up, what's up? What a great day to be alive. That sounds like something like you would say if you weren't supposed to be alive. Do you have some mob ties or something? You got some mob affairs? Or you have crippling gambling debt and someone needs to, I don't know, take you out? Sleeping with the fishes? I don't know, that's kind of sus quesadillas. I don't believe it. Fulfillment, not gonna lie, it's a pretty good day. Slept 10 hours. You slept 10 hours. You don't come in here and talk about sleep. That's the one rule of today, is you can't talk about sleep. I had such a bad sleep last night. I couldn't sleep, but I was so tired. I don't think we're supposed to be hearing this. I don't think we're supposed to be hearing this. I clicked the right clean feed, right? I think so. Cash, I found you from YouTube. Zoro says, wait, really? You found me from YouTube? I didn't know that. Rap's losing 1-1 2 games in a row. Yeah, that's yeah, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about the Raptors. We can't talk about the Raptors, and we can't talk about sleep. Those are the two saddest things in my life right now. Yo, Dim Mystery, drink some water. Don't mind if I do. I need a little bit of juice in the system, a little juice in the gut.
Starting on January 9, the 16 players from each region coming
Drink your water. Don't yell at me, Dim. But also, thank you. How you doing? Good morning, by the way. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys excited for today? Because there's a couple of players I'm really excited to see. I'm excited to see KK, of course. I always love seeing him play. Love watching Hajime play. I really got spoiled with the whole Asia region. This is a statement, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but Asia region by far seems to be the best group. If you're looking at all the groups, Asia region is insane. Like, we saw Jupiter King. Who was it? Jupiter King and AUK at the bottom of Group B. That's insane. That's insane. Technically lockdown, but people don't really care since I work at the mall and people show up. Really? Jeez, that's intense. For us, if you like break lockdown, I think you get fined like $10,000 or something ridiculous. Like 10,000 schmeckles. I remember when you had an average of 10 viewers per stream, and you said, and I said you'd get big. It's all of you, man. It's all because of you. It is kind of trippy because a lot of you guys have seen. Have I changed a lot? Yo, NYR. Am I like still the same person? Or have I changed over? Because it's been like 2 years. Like, a lot of you guys have known me for like 2.5 years. And like a lot of stuff's happened in my life. I know my hair's a lot longer. I came from TikTok. YJ, what? Are you serious? I gotta get back on the TikTok grind. I haven't made a TikTok in a couple of days. My last TikTok was funny. I like my last TikTok. Top 5 decks in Clash Royale. And it's just like me dancing. Oh no, that's a different one I was thinking about. Yo, XYZ31314, and also AP Miguel. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Welcome to the Cash Fam. Good morning. Happy Bren Chong Cup today. I really want that. I want that minion. The minion looks I don't know. I like the minion. If I had to choose between the minion and the baby dragon, I think I'm take the minion hand down. That minion looks good quality. The baby dragon doesn't really look like a baby dragon. I don't know. Baby dragons look cute to me. That baby dragon doesn't look cute to me. That minion looks pretty sick though. I like how he has the little gloves, that's pretty nice. You haven't changed it at all. Yo, NYR, really? I was hoping you'd say yes. Maybe like better. I got better. Changed a little bit. I guess I'm still the same old goofy person. I'm a little bit better at Clash Royale though. You gotta admit, NYR, I'm way better at Clash Royale. Correct? Your commentary has become better. Oh, 100%. But I'm also that goes hand in hand with being just better at the game in general. Griko and also Starry, and who's behind me? Don't know your name. This is gonna be. Oh, this could be an interesting group stage because we're going to have a lot of really big names going against a lot of people that haven't made a name for themselves, at least in my eyes yet. I don't know a lot about the whole CR community in Asia. I know pretty much I only know CRL players in Asia, and like ones that are like Hajime, that even before he was in CRL, he was really well known. Griko, I don't think I know Griko. Is that that sounds like a ladder player to me. Log over all plushies. Oh, that's so true. Where is my log? I got my log over here, actually. I got this little... Oh. I got my log right here. I sleep with it every day. No, I don't sleep with it every day. But I probably should. This thing is awesome. Like, look how big it is, too. It's bigger than my head. Thing's amazing. Amazing. The best thing in life. If you don't have a log, what are you even doing? YOLO Ior, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cash fam. To the Cash fam. How you doing, man? What's up? Also, welcome to the Bren Chong Cup 2. How you doing today? How you doing? What's up? So these are going to be the games. I realized I was watching Rich Slayton's stream yesterday, and I'm like missing some of the, like right now I should have an overlay that's cut in half so I can be on the left side and it can still show the right side. And also I don't have the right stinger transition, but it's good. Jet, yo, what's good, Jet? How you doing today? How's the day? On a scale of 1 to 17, how good's the day, Jet? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. You're still genuine. Appreciate the zucchini, the zucchini cash man. I don't think you can take the zook out of the cash man. The cash man is always gonna have a little zook in him. That came out wrong. That pronounces puree pronounces puree. Real Mbappe. What's puree? One of the guys' name was Puree. The last guy, Pure. The last guy was named Pure. I have one. It's an actual pillow. The log's the pillow. How big is it? Last time I tried to make a name for myself, it was on No Tilt's YouTube, and I got 3-0'd by hard counters. Hey, well, you gotta look at it. You can look at it two ways. You can look at it as you failed, or you can keep going, because everybody knows if you don't stop, you can't necessarily you can't fail if you don't stop. You only fail if you quit. That's what I meant to say. That sounded way better. If I said that the first time, that sounds way better. I'm gonna have to fix this in a sec. I think this is. I still think that's good. Starry, good Golem player. Starry's a good Golem player. Good to know. Thanks, Badger. Does anybody else know anything about Starry or Griko or Pure? I think the last guy you said was named Pure. Imagine not having a log. Man, if you don't have a log, you might as well just go to clown school, because you gotta have a log in your life. Without a log, what do you even do? Is the first match Sandbox and KENTSUMESHI? We are getting spoiled today. Is Griko the same person as Miku? I don't know. Is Morton the GOAT? I'm gonna go probably Surgical Goblin is like the GOAT, but the GOAT like if there was like a Mount Rushmore of GOATs, it would be like Surge, Morton, and like maybe like Elsiop. I think those would be like the three that stand out in my mind. Maybe. I think the GOAT right now is hands down Ruben, unless some big things have changed where Ruben won the World Finals and has decided to just give up on Clash Royale. As of the World Finals, it's got to be Ruben, right? Like how can you say no? I would have said more than 100%, but after seeing what Ruben did in the World Finals and how he played, and even against Morden, oof. Yes, Miku is Griko, same person. Why does he have two? Why does he have two names? Why does he have two names? That's like who? I'm trying to think of someone who has two names. Seal. I think Seal. You just call him Seal. What other guys are there? Who else has two names? Oh, we're already in. Wow, that was really quick. They just went right to it. I love it. Pure's a Golem one trick. That'd be cool. I'd be okay with seeing a little bit of Golem today, because we haven't seen Golem at all in this entire tournament. The entire tournament, we haven't seen one Golem deck. We've seen a lot of Elixir Giant, but no Golem. It looks like we're seeing Golem already. Oh, so it does have his actual name, because before it was his in-game name. That was his name under his face, and I couldn't pronounce that, so it's just Pure. That's hilarious. So he actually is going Golem. This is insane. I'm going to turn this down a wee bit. How's the volume? Too low, too high? You want the gameplay maybe a little higher, a tad higher? Maybe that's good? That's good. Surge isn't as good as other pros, though. I know Surge is definitely not as good as other pros, but like Michael Jordan can't beat LeBron right now, and people still call Michael Jordan the GOAT, right? Ruben, Mugi, Morden, Igor, top 4. Igor is an interesting one because I think Igor is good, but can we say, just because of how bad Liquid did last season, it's hard to say that he's top 4. Maybe you just off ladder, but if we're talking about ladder, how can you not include Anaban or Pompeo? Because, like, how can you say Igor is the GOAT off what? Like, what did he do last year? What did he do last season? He played well, don't get me wrong, on Liquid. He's probably the reason why Liquid was afloat, stayed buoyant. But come on. Aurora and AUK. Yeah, exactly. Yo, Sir Jordan. Yeah, what's with these people with 2 names? From now on, I'm going by Kashman, and I'm also going to go by Maximus Primus III. You guys remember that, right? Maximus Primus. He missed it. He missed the Wallbreaker King Tower activation. Yikes. That's huge. That's huge. This is already a matchup that is kind of rough, but that makes that a little bit harder. He has to go Bomber. Could you have gone Bomber in the middle so it helps support this Golem? Why didn't he go Bomber in the middle? Because the bomb, like, you didn't really need the, you had enough HP to, I'm seeing a couple of mistakes coming out from Pure, but I'm not the best Golem player, but, oh no, I got a hit. Yikes, 1 wall breaker on the left side. Decent push on the right, but I like what KK's doing. KK's doing a really good job of, he's playing an early bomb tower and getting back to another one because he knows that Pure wants to just lightning everything. Lightning the tower, lightning the bomb tower, and lightning Ice Wizard, Valkyrie, whatever he can get. And even if he does lightning, he just recycles right back to another bomb tower, puts it in front, and uses the bomb death damage to even help clean up the rest of the units. Really clean play so far. Really clean play, but is behind right now. But KK, we know one of his cards is a rocket, and we're getting somewhat close to rocket range. We'll see what happens. It's probably 2 accounts. Oh, that makes sense. Rich not found. Yo, what's up, man? Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Igor has 2 names. Igor and Random Game. Is it Random Gamer? I thought it was Random Gamer. Is it Random Game? I thought it was Gamer. Oh, man, I'm a burnt zucchini. Simple morning. How's it going? I'm tired. I'm going to be honest, Simple. I am exhausted. I'm so tired. I was exhausted. Instead of going to bed last night, I was playing Clash Royale, and then I started tilting. But do you know when you're so tired in Clash Royale that you're playing bad, but because you're playing bad, you get angry and you play more? And then, like, I was BMing P. I was just a mess. I was so, oh. This looks like this is GG well played for Pure. I'm surprised more people don't play Golem in competitive because it seems to be doing a decent job. That's GG well played. Misses the kite with the wall breakers. Lightning comes in anyways. Doesn't matter. Yeah, been there many times. Like, yeah, it was such a mess. But then I was getting angry that I didn't go to bed yet, and now I'm tired in the morning because I stayed up playing Clash Royale and I tilt. It's a mess. If you go, it's just a circle of sadness. But what about you, Simple? How's the day so far? Yeah, what time zone are you? Are you EST? Because if you're EST or West, Simple, what time zone are you? Why are you up so early? Goats are probably Surge, Morden, Elsiop, Expo Master. Yeah, I'm okay with Expo Master too. I Expo Master, but if you're putting in Expo Master, I think you have to include Jack, right? Like, Jack and Expo Master seem like yin and yang to me. They seem like yin and yang. So this is an interesting one. Because this is I think the stage that's probably the most polarizing in invited players and qualifying players. So we're seeing Pure, a qualifying player, going against an invited player, probably one of the best invited players, right, in the entire in the entire tournament. Not even just the region, but the tournament, named KK. And he lost. He lost against, I know, oh, that's kind of funny. So Pure on the top, he is technically considered a Golem one trick. A Golem one trick is slang for that you can only play one certain archetype. People say it if you are, I don't know, a Simple, for example. He is a Hog Rider one trick. That's not true. Me, I have a no trick. A lot of players have one deck that they're really good at, and Pure is Golem. We saw it in the last game. KK says, well, if you want to be the best, you got to be able to play multiple decks, and he decides to ban Golem. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if maybe just Lava Hound, it looks like, just because, I don't know, Lava Hound, it's basically the Golem of the sky. It's pretty much the same thing, and Lava Hound at the back, similar play styles. And we got Goblin Giant, who, this is not the matchup you're looking for. If you're Pure, maybe KK expected this, because having the double Prince to have to deal with can be really annoying for not only Pure, not only just Lava Hound decks, but also this version of Lava Hound. You don't have a lot of air defenses. You have the Miner, you have the Barbarians, and you don't have the traditional Goblin Cage or whatever else. So there could be a potential 3-crown if he doesn't play this correctly. So Prince is still alive, Arrows comes in. Prince doesn't get hit by both towers, which is insane. He has to defend this Prince. This Prince will take tower. This Prince is going to take tower. He goes with the Miner, but that might be a little too late. Wow, I called that. GG, well played. That's happened to me. That exact same thing has happened to me in that matchup, where you go with Lava Hound at the back, they pressure opposite lane, you try to just defend a little bit cleanly with maybe, I don't know, the Inferno Dragon. The problem is the Spear Goblins, especially if you support it with Spear Goblins. The Spear Goblins of the Goblin Giant deal damage. The Spear Goblins that you play will deal damage, and if you zap the Inferno Dragon, you can actually kill the Inferno Dragon. And if they don't have barbs, you pretty much lose, and we saw that happen there. So KK losing the first game to Golem, which was Pure's like one-trick deck. But now KK is saying, hey, like you got to do more to prove yourself in this format, in the pro scene, in the Bren Chong Cup too. If you want the bag, you got to show that you can haggle with the rep. I don't know. I'm trying to think of rhyming words right now. I'm not doing well. It's a random game. I thought it was something. I didn't know it was that. Also, is E-Giant good and competitive? Fuset, super, super, super good. We have seen so many people use Electro Giant yesterday, but even yesterday it was probably the most popular deck, and the day before it was definitely a top 3. So using that as we could see Pure come out potentially with an E-Giant deck. It's very similar to Golem decks, and I'm surprised he didn't in the first game. Maybe he tried to get KK off guard. We'll see. Am I at the right stream? There's no quality problems. No, there's no quality problems right now. Yesterday there was a couple of quality problems, Magma, but hopefully today, cross our fingers, there'll be no problems. This is the English stream. There is also the German one that Bisping is streaming. There's Revolamir that's doing the Spanish stream, and there's also, it's weird because I was on Rich Slade and I saw that on his stream that this dude danced. I don't know why. I want to get my guy to dance. I need my guy to do a little dance. Zeros' next stream, I'm going to call you Maximus Primus the Third. That'll be so funny. And I'm going to be like, what? What does that mean? And I'm just going to be a burnt toast and totally forget what that means. Why was there no volume? Oh, they really turned it down. I feel like that was KK's matchup. The first match? Yeah, maybe? I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. I think Pure played it really, really well. Didn't really give any rocket value. It was good. I'm just not good to roll. Yeah, it's 13-17 for me, so that's 117. XYZ, what time zone is that? It's 8:15 for me in the Caribbean. I normally wake up at like 7 a.m. daily. Geez, are you like an early bird? Do you find yourself like more awake in the morning than nighttime? Because I find morning, I'm a potato. Nighttime, I could vibe all night. I'm definitely a night owl. Let me turn this down a tad. So rocking it back. Oh my gosh, no way. Pure's rocking Lava Clone. Lava Clone, Maximus Primus, how we doing? Joshua, Eric, let's go. You know what's up? How's it going? I'm doing good. Very tired, but overall good. I cannot complain. There's a lot worse things to wake up to in the morning than the Bren Chong Cup 2 Group Stage C, watching KK versus Hajime versus KENTSUMESHI versus Pure versus I'm missing one. I'm missing a big one too. Whoa, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? Take a step back. I thought this was just basic Lava Clone. The usual, you know, maybe a little baby dragon, a little flying machine action, a little lumberjack. No. This is Lava Clone with a Skeleton Barrel. Electro Dragon, Baby Dragon. Last card's probably going to be Arrows. Usually when you see Clone, you see Arrows. They kind of go nice, go hand in hand. So we got the Skarmy on defense. Has to go with the Tornado. Doesn't have Freeze, so this is probably going to be Tower, though. Could go Bats. Bats would have been really good cleanup. I don't remember if he used Bats before this, though. Probably wanted to defend this Skarmy a little bit, or the Graveyard Skeletons a bit. That's going to be a lot of damage. He might get 3-crowned again. Pure's looking really... He's really spreading himself thin. He's going for that big shot, that big blow, that knockout punch. But it doesn't look like he's going to get it. Freeze on defense. Inferno Dragon's still alive. Valkyrie on defense. Everything's still alive. He's back to his Tornado, so he can just use Tornado and suck everything back if need be. You know what? Tower's gone. Tower's gone. One good clone, and we got something. Something can happen. It's 12 for me. It's 12. YJ, how's it 12 for you? 12 at night or 12 in the morning? Is Mugi playing? Mugi's playing tomorrow. So is Igor. There's a bunch of players that are playing tomorrow that are really, really good. Tomorrow, people are saying, is the most stacked group. I thought Group A was the most stacked. Group A is insane. Group A, there's not one player that shouldn't qualify, and it's crazy that they're not all one partida. So he's probably going to take the GG well played here. Graveyard coming in. Ice Wizard in the pocket. Freeze or Tornado? Going with the Freeze. And that's going to be most likely GG well played? No, still alive. Pure. He's alive, but he's barely breathing. Pretty sure Miner loses to Golem Lightning generally. Yeah, I think so as well in that matchup. It seemed like I think KK didn't get enough damage in the first minute and a half, 2 minutes. And it was hard for him to pressure because that Bomber really helped on defense. The Bomber really locked stuff down. He had a lot of ways to deal with the wall breakers. And the Miner, it just doesn't really do enough as a win condition itself. So if you can't get the wall breakers on, maybe what KK could have done is just used his Miner to pick up the Bomber. That he knew the Bomber was going to come. So maybe try to use the Miner in the middle, go for the Bomber. I don't know. This is going to be a very interesting play. If we do see Pure win this game, this is going to be huge momentum for Pure. And this could change the entire dynamics of this group. Because everybody would think, if you were a betting person, you would bet your money. He keeps saying bien partida, but this game's not over yet. Come on, don't give up. Don't give up. You're close. You're close. Get ready for that. Get ready for the arrows. Get ready for the arrows. No, you got to do something. Arrows on defense. Is that going to be enough? Baby Dragon doesn't get that last hit, but the Valkyrie does. GG, well played. Igor's playing tomorrow. Yes, Igor is playing tomorrow. Igor's playing. Mugi's playing. Who else is playing? I love the pose, KK. Yikes. That is threatening. That is a man on a mission. That is a man on a mission. That's going to be my new pose. The KK. GMT British time. That's GMT British time? I thought it was so much later in Britain. I thought British time was 7-hour difference than me. Maybe I'm wrong. When is Boss playing? Boss is playing, I think... When does North America start? North America starts on the 14th, I think. No, that doesn't make sense. 18th. I think it starts, it's the 18th. That's when North America and Latin America starts. And then Boss will play sometime in that week. KK is one of the most dominant players in Asia. Yes, and we just saw it there. We just saw him play 3 very, very different decks, too. We saw him play Graveyard Freeze, but that deck's really powerful, too. Graveyard Freeze, that's a deck that it was the #1 deck probably 4 days ago. It was the #1 deck in Clash Royale. The #1 player in Clash Royale ranked in the leaderboards was using that deck. I tried that deck out. It was really, really good. He used the he played Double Prince, Goblin Giant, and then he also played Wall Breakers. So very, very versatile player. If you looked at what Pure was doing, a lot of the Pure's decks were very, very similar. They're all relatively beatdown-esque, and I don't know, in competitive, and if you want to be the best in Clash Royale, you got to be able to play multiple decks. This isn't ladder. You can't just one-trick your way to #1 in ladder. You have to be able to play a a decent amount of decks. Because in ladder, it's different. In ladder, if you lose, it's not a big deal because you can win the next game. There's always another game. In competitive, you have one game. You have one shot. Will you capture it or will you let it slip? Palms the sweat. Okay, I gotta relax. But it's true. There's one game, and probably the most important thing in that game is something that you can do before the game, and that's select your deck. Selecting the appropriate deck and selecting a good deck that is well-rounded in the current meta, but also really good against your opponent's deck pool. And this is why this season is going to be interesting, because usually teams would have coaches and analysts to figure out your opponent's deck pool, to figure out what deck you should use. That might not be the case this season. And already Balloon down on the right side. We got Pompeo's deck coming out too. Interesting. So far, this is a lot better of a day deck pool wise, because yesterday we saw one deck. It was Minor Wall Breakers nonstop. Yo, so pro bro, yo, what's up, man? What's up? What's shaking? How are you doing today? These early streams must be hard for you, Gaming Keith. You don't know the half of it. You guys make it a lot better though. 8-bit Smoke is playing. Yeah, 8-bit Smoke is playing tomorrow. That's right. 8-bit Smoke's playing tomorrow. Who else? You look like Hazard with a beard. Do I? I don't think so. KK isn't good under pressure. You don't think? I don't know. I've seen KK do some magic under pressure, especially in CRL East. He had one reverse sweep this season. He's clutched up a lot of games. I don't know. I don't know if I can even agree with that. Griko is Japanese. What the F? I didn't know that either. I don't know a lot about Griko. Griko, also known as Miku. I don't know a lot about this player. I think he was one of the players that was in, he qualified for it with the regional qualifiers. If anybody's just starting to watch, in the Bren Chong Cup, there's 4 stages. The first one was the regional qualifiers, which happened last week. This one is the regional round robin. This is happening right now and for the next week and a half. And then the next 2 are the regional elimination bracket and then the world elimination bracket. So there's going to be a lot of quality Clash Royale, but this journey is not going to be a short one. And that's a big win. This has been an interesting one. This has been a very interesting start to this group stage. If you had to tell me that KK was going to lose his first game and Hajime was going to lose his first game to Griko and Pure, I would be surprised. But maybe it's just similar to me. Maybe Hajime doesn't know a lot about Griku's deck pool. He seemed like that he didn't expect the balloon on tower on the right side, tried to go all in. Griko was able to defend, and that's all she wrote. And we'll have to get to the next game. And let's see if Hajime can do what KK did and bring this game back after losing the first game of the set. Hey Cash, where can I find the decks that you were saying, like Splash Yard and Lava Clone? Where can I find the decks? I like to use, if there's this one site, well, I'm just going off just kind of what I know, but there's this one site called Royal API. It's in chat right now. I use it a lot. It has a lot of decks. There's also Deck Shop. That's a good one. I think it's .pro, but I don't know. Deck Shop's another good site where it has a lot of decks. And then the whole calling something Splash Yard and Lava Clone, that's kind of what the community has called the decks, and that's what just everybody calls them, just to identify the decks. It makes it a little easier. Makes it a little easier than saying, oh yeah, Balloon, Tornado, Poison, the Graveyard, Valkyrie, blah, blah, blah. Saying all the cards is a little long. Cash, Igor can one-trick mortar to top 1. Zerosis, I know, that is impressive. But the way Igor plays Mortar is not the way everybody else plays Mortar. Igor just wins by defense. Igor, he is a god at defense, and I've watched him play. I've watched him on stream. He is, all he has to do a lot of times is just get a couple of minor hits on tower, a couple of fireballs on tower, a couple of logs on tower, and he just defends like a god for 5 minutes, and most of his games go 5 minutes because he just defends. I don't really get why C McHugh got invited. C McHugh got invited? Really? I'm surprised by that as well. Dildo Shot, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Gash fam. Welcome. Pompeo's deck sucks versus Graveyard. Yeah, somehow he was able to clutch that up too. I thought so. I thought that was the hardest matchup for Pompeo's deck. That deck, or what was the other one that he said? I can't even remember what the other one is. So Hajime rocking the Royal Hogs, Royal Recruits, and then we got Griko using the Mortar Graveyard. This is a deck that we saw a lot on the first day. We saw barely none of it on the second day, which is Group A versus Group B. Royal Hogs, Royal Recruits. We've seen it a couple of times in this matchup. I played the minor or the Mortar Graveyard deck 2 seasons ago. I got to 7K, and a lot of times I played this Royal Recruits Royal Hogs deck, and I found it to be a relatively easier matchup. At the same time, I wasn't playing against the this is why, because he doesn't really have a good answer to this graveyard. Fireball comes in, it's still actually not going to be bad at all. That's a really good defense. Using the Fireball to knock the cannon off its cart. If that cannon wasn't in Fireball range, that would have been GG. Cash, finish predictions. It started 15 hours ago. Stop. Yo, Rara, there's actually a prediction? Stop. Don't think KK is a good competitive player. Feel like cups are better for him. He was shaking the World Finals. Do you blame him, though? Come on, he's human. Not only that, but he's only like 17. I would be shaking in the World Finals, too, and I'm 24. And I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. Why would I? Yeah, I'm surprised CMQ got, like, I haven't heard much about... Ooh, Flying Machine lock on the right side. That's going to be 4 shots. Yikes, not what you want if you are pure Griko. Almost said pure. If you're Griko, not good at all. I like what Hajime is doing. One of the most threatening cards in this Mortar deck is the cannon card. A lot of times you win matchups is if your cannon card gets a lot of value. If you use your cannon card on defense, it comes into offense, it takes for your graveyard, or even gets a lock on tower. That is what you want. That's how you win with this deck. And right now, Hajime is saying, I'm never going to let you do this. I have the lead, I'm going to keep the lead, and I'm going to try to make sure these cannon cards never get value. Going Royal Recruits at the back. This cannon card, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Fireball coming in. Especially now. No, decides to say, no, okay, let's just take it slow. Flying Machine up high. Flying Machine's going to help kill this cannon cart. Barbara on the right to help knock off the shield of the Royal Recruits. Spear Goblins on the left. Knight in front. Poison as well on defense just to make sure that Flying Machine, similar to the cannon cart in Griko's deck, the Flying Machine is very scary in Hajime's deck. Dealing with the Flying Machine, you have Hunter, you have Spear Goblins, and you have Poison. And a lot of times we'll probably see a Poison come down for that Flying Machine. You have to. Griko was invited, by the way. Really? Okay, I'm excited to see what Griko can do, because I guess most of my knowledge with the Asian region comes from CRL Asia, or CRL East as it's known now. And Griko wasn't in CRL East. I don't know, maybe he was just a ladder player similar to Hajime before this year when he came into CRL East on Fav Gaming. Hajime, that team was so good. Expo Master, Jack, Hajime, that team was awesome. This is a game that it is getting really, really, really close. And Hajime's got to decide, okay, he's going to go for the defense. Can he defend this right side, though? Okay, I like that. Going a little bit of offense. That's exactly what you have to do. He doesn't have enough elixir. Now Griko doesn't have enough elixir for this graveyard. And pretty much that push. Okay, he gets back to the graveyard. Royal Recruits up high. Poison on defense. Barbarrel comes in. This might be GG well played. If he gets a lot of lucky skeleton spawns, he gets one at the back, one hit. That's not going to be enough. Big push on the right side, and this is really good because the spell is not a fireball, it's poison. Poison does damage over time, and that push is actually dealt with relatively cleanly. Wow, really clean push, using the mortar up high, using the cannon card to chip away, and then just everything else in between. Royal Hogs on the left side. Mortar's going to pick up the Royal Hogs again. Poison in on the right side for Griko. And is that going to be enough? Did any of the Royal Hogs get on? No. Another solid defense. All you got to do is go for another graveyard or just poison. And then there's the poison. GG. Well played. Griko beats Hajime. Wow. And not only that, but that was really well played. That was really well played. Griko. This is Griko's chance to really make a name for himself. Really make a name for himself. Junaid, yeah, what's up? Good morning, by the way. Good morning, good morning, good morning. He got the most likes on Twitter. Oh, Griko got invited because he got likes? Predictions. Yeah, let's do predictions. I didn't choose the outcome of the prediction yesterday, so I'm going to just delete and return the points. Prediction. I don't remember who is... who will win? Who's playing next? What are we thinking? I can't remember what it said on the side. I cannot remember. Igor's going to play in the Asia region. I thought he's in Russia, or is Asia part of Russia? Yeah, that's a weird one because there's been a couple of ones like that. I thought Mexico was in North America, but Mexico's in Latin America for this tournament. And I thought Russia was in Europe as well, but it's in Asia for this one. Maybe just to spread it out. I have no idea. Reported for copyright. What? CMQ got the most likes on Twitter, I think. That's why he got invited. Oh, okay, that's fine. Whatever. You know what? Like, he definitely has it in him. Like, CMQ used to be a really solid Clash Royale player. I was talking about this yesterday. Is if you put in the work, like, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. Nobody shows. It's not like going to the gym. You don't show progress pics of you like learning Clash Royale, grinding Clash Royale, staying inside playing Clash Royale all night. You don't see that. That happens behind closed doors. This is awesome. I want to see this deck so bad. Hire's playing Royal Hog Cycle. Oh, is it? Is it Royal Hog Cycle EQ? Fisherman. Usually it's Goblin Cage. So maybe he's just using Fisherman instead of the Goblin Cage. Interesting change. You know what? I like it. It's very similar to a deck that I'm using on ladder right now. I'm using... Okay, no, it's going to be... It looks like it's going to be a full change. Maybe instead of Earthquake, he's just going Fireball, and it's still going to be Royal Hogs, but it could be Royal Giant, too. And then Starry is going to be using... It looks like Golem. I think Biggie Diggy. What's up, Biggie Diggy? What's up? Jonathan, what are we watching? We are watching the... Wait, John Nathan Sacco. We are watching the Bren Chong Cup 2, Day 3 of the Asia region round robin Group C. We're watching the best of the best in Asia battle it out, getting one step closer to $40,000. Yes, it is very solid stuff. Interesting. Okay, so the deck that Hire's playing is the Royal Giant Cycle deck that you see a lot of times paired with the Fisherman and the Hunter. But instead of bats that you usually see, it's Spear Goblins, and I wonder why. I thought bats would just be overall better. Being able to play the bats on top of the Royal Giant and being able to fly over top, it seems like it gets a little bit more value, no? Griko already has a name, I think. Yeah, Griko is Miku, right? Someone was saying no, not Griko. Is this single elimination? Kaiser Soza? No, this is a round robin, so every player plays each other once. And so that means everybody plays 7 games in total. There's 8 people in a group, and the top 4 people go to the next round, and the bottom 4 people get eliminated. And what is a round robin? A round robin is where there's a group and you play every person in that group once, and whoever has the highest points will move on. So whoever gets the most wins at the end, the top 4 players, will move on. This cannon card is very healthy. This is gonna be GG well played. We're seeing a lot of the invited players do well than a lot of the qualifying players do better than the invited players. That's not what I was expecting today. That is not what I was expecting. Griko, Pure, Starry, all playing really well. KK was able to be Pure, but right now, Starry and Griko are really making it hard for these CRL players. This is crazy. Hire gang. I love Hire. I think Hire's a great player. I think I made a YouTube video on Hire and what's his name? Solo Man. Solo Man we're going to be seeing tomorrow, and I like Solo Man a lot. Thanos CR, what's up? How are you doing today? Good morning. Griko and Miku are different people. Are they? Someone said in chat, 2 people said in chat that they were the same person. So I'm going off the chat. Thank you, So Pro Bro. They are different people? Good to know. Hey, So Pro Bro, do you know anything about Starry? Do you know anything about Starry? Starry's a Golem 1-trick. Why wouldn't you hard counter that? So Starry's a Golem 1-trick, and also Pure is a Golem 1-trick as well. That's funny. That's interesting. I didn't realize Golem was so popular in the Asia region. Who was the player that got like really high up with Golem last season? I know it was an Asian player. Is it Starry? Is Starry the guy that got the highest with Golem last season? Starry can play a decent number of decks. Okay, that's good. I assume most of these players can play a decent amount of decks, especially if you're a Golem 1-trick. It seems like you'd probably be able to play Lava Hound. It's like Elixir Golem, Electro Giant. All those decks are very similar playstyles. Popstar, yo, what's up? I'm working on that YouTube video right now for the the deck or all the gameplay from yesterday with that crazy deck. Yo, what are the odds we see this deck, guys? Mirror, Graveyard, Freeze, Witch. What are the odds? That's a deck I was playing on stream yesterday. It was super fun. It was I don't know how it worked. I don't know how it worked, but I got like top 1,000 with it, and then I tilted bad last night. I tilted bad. Too many Golem one tricks. It's the same person. Really, it is Starry? That's awesome. That's awesome. I didn't realize it was Starry. Could be Amir. No, I don't think it was Amir. I know Amir. Amir's played in my tournaments a couple of times. I didn't know Amir was a Golem player. I didn't know he was a Golem one trick. Interesting. Hey, KENTSUMESHI with the Red Bull hat. That's awesome. If you don't know KENTSUMESHI, is he sponsored by Red Bull? Oh my gosh, I actually had no idea. If that's true, that's hilarious because KENTSUMESHI, for the past probably 3 seasons of CRL, he has worn this Red Bull hat, and he's always worn this Red Bull hat. And last season, there was times where he wasn't wearing the Red Bull hat, and I was gonna boycott. I was gonna boycott all of CRL East. But it looks like the Red Bull hat is back, baby. And I think that's part of his power. Watch out for that Red Bull hat. Watch it out. Watch it. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Pretorius, what are you doing up? Actually, I guess it's not super. It's 7:43 right now, so that's pretty late. Or no, late. Yeah, it's pretty late now. Pretty late. Golem no skill? Yeah, yo. Yeah, where's ESL? Why didn't ESL qualify? I want to see the Golem one trick on the Golem one tricker of the West. Golem one tricks all the way from the east to the west, making it all the way to the finals. I want to see the Bren Chong Cup finals consist of ESL West is best one trick versus Starry East is best one trick. This is looking interesting, very, very interesting, and this looks like it's gonna be a GG. A well played. Inferno Dragon is going to roast the Hunter. Tower down on the right side, and dang, this is the exact matchup you want if you're Starry. What is going on right now? So Pro said this in chat. Starry is a one-trick Golem player. First matchup, he played Golem. So if you know your opponent's a one-trick Golem player, you should at least play a deck that's decent against Golem. Higher didn't. Higher lost the first game. Okay, so you're going to the next game. You ban Golem. What's a deck that's similar to Golem? What did we already see happen to the other Golem one-trick player known as Pure after Golem was banned? He went to Lava Hound. This exact Lava Hound deck. Ended up losing that game. But Higher selects a deck that is probably off the worst matchup for wall breakers, minor wall breakers. Having no big spell, having only a Royal Delivery, having the Bomb Tower, not an impossible matchup, but definitely a difficult matchup. And we see Higher taking another L. 1, 2, it's over for Higher. Higher lost. Hajime lost and KK almost lost. You know what? Really good job. Really good start for the players that qualified in these in the first round. Really good job. This is I want to see players that are maybe more unknown, players that qualified through the, this is why this competition is very exciting for new viewers or just viewers in general, is because you might see someone new in Clash Royale, name not as recognizable, and this is their place. This is their place where they can make a name for themselves, but really put themselves on the board, potentially really show themselves, prove themselves, and start their Clash Royale career. And this is exciting. Starry with the matchups, yeah, but that's the worst deck selection I've ever seen by Higher. But maybe that's the problem, because Higher was on a really good esports team known as WEDGM. I call them Wedgem, but he was on a really good esports team where maybe a lot of his success came from the good analysts and the deck selection of his team. Where without that, we might see some of these pro players struggle. And right now, it looks like we're seeing a little bit of Higher struggles. This isn't good. The EQ sucks versus Lava. Yeah, it's awful. You could, like, Fireball is possible. I've seen Morden do it. It's not easy. It looks hard, especially against good players. And Starry, after watching that first Golem matchup, he knows what he's doing. He really knows what he's doing. He played that really well. That's why I think EQ doesn't need much of a nerf. I think so, too. The problem is, I was thinking about this actually when I was showering last night. Weird thing to think about. I was playing Clash Royale. So I was tilting in Clash Royale last night. I was getting angry, and then I was showering, and I was thinking about Earthquake. And Is it weird that like the whole purpose of Earthquake is to deal damage to your opponent's buildings? Well, if you go Royal Hogs bomb, if you go Royal Hogs in Earthquake and your opponent goes Bomb Tower, you still can't even get a Royal Hog. I think you get one hit. You get 1 or 2 Royal Hog hits if your opponent does nothing else. But the reason I don't really do the Earthquake to deal with towers, when I play with Earthquake, it's just to deal damage on your opponent's Princess Tower, which is interesting because that probably shouldn't be the reason you use a card, correct? Especially Earthquake, where the purpose is to deal with buildings. But if it can't deal with buildings and people are using it to just deal damage to a Princess Tower, isn't that not right? 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 I'm going to sleep now. See ya, Maximus Primus the Third. Zerosis, catch you later, man. Have a great one. He lost because Inferno Dragon targeted Hunter instead of the Recruit. It was, and he wasted our Royal Delivery on nothing. Yeah, I was confused. I wasn't paying attention to his cycle, but I was confused why he didn't use Royal Delivery for those pups. I guess he just didn't have it. That's too bad. And that's the problem with... Well, okay, I guess there's two... That's the problem with making one misplay in Clash Royale. If you have to use a card, then it's out of your cycle. Your opponent can abuse that. But your opponent also has to have the recognition and notice that you made a mistake and then capitalize on that said mistake. So on the top we have, ooh, this deck is toxic. We got Lumberloon Freeze with a lot of defensive tools. Double Dragon, last 2 cards are going to be Balloon and Bomb Bowler. And then Sandbox is using, it's supposed to be, this deck usually is Giant Skeleton, Royal Giant, Earthquake, but instead of Earthquake goes with the Fireball, maybe a little bit more consistent, but I don't know, I like the Earthquake in this matchup. I really like the Earthquake. You don't really need the Fireball in Sandbox's deck, at least I don't think so, because you have the Giant Skeleton, which you can almost use as a Fireball in a lot of situations, at least a Fireball on defense. Just playing that at the bridge, just being a very annoying unit, and then eventually when the Giant Skeleton dies, it goes boom, 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 pop, like the Black Eyed Peas. Boom, boom, pow, check my style, they trying to cop my swagger. Yeah, this is, I don't really know who has matchup here. I don't really know. I would love to say that it's KENTSUMESHI on the top, but I really don't know. Fisherman, cough, cough. Fisherman is Fisherman still broken? Probably, eh? Sorry I'm late. Yo, Jack, no worries, man. No worries. How you doing, by the way? Good morning. This is a new time to stream. Yo, Braffy. It's, we're streaming the Bren Chong Cup, too. And because it's the Asia side, it is very early. But you know what? I probably would even wake up earlier. If they told me that I had to stream at 5 a.m. for this, I probably would do it. Have to wake up at 4 a.m. I would probably do it just because of the... I think Asia is probably the best region. It's weird because I am from North America. There is a lot of good North American players, but Asia, wow, it is wild how many good players there are. This is not. I don't think this is the play. I don't think this balloon is not going to do anything. But look at this Royal Giant on the left side. That's a big misplay by KENTSUMESHI, thinking that he can get a lot more damage on the right side than he could. But you got to remember that Fireball is in hand instead of Earthquake. So maybe that's why Sandbox used the Fireball. Just for, maybe he thought that KENTSUMESHI was going to use Balloon or some type of air deck. And hey, we just saw it in the last matchup with Higher. Earthquake against Lava Hound or Earthquake against Air Troops, not the best. I plan on streaming today. It's been too long. Braffy, do it up. Do it up. Streaming is always fun. Always love to stream. So Freeze on defense. Has to go with the Tornado as well, most likely. But Fireball comes in one shot. It doesn't matter. GG, well played. Sandbox takes game number 1. Sandbox is, I don't know if a lot of people know who Sandbox is, but by the end of this Bren Chong Cup, people will know who Sandbox is. Sandbox streams on Twitch as well, a lot of in the mornings, and I've just in the morning, sometimes I'll be working on stuff and I'll throw a stream on the background. He's really good. He's really good, and he can play a lot of decks too. He can play a lot of decks. He plays it really, really well. I've seen him play Grand Challenges. I've seen him do Ladder. I haven't seen him in League format yet, so I was excited. No Chewbacca mug today. No, I got this. My mom made me this for Christmas. It's my logo, but it's on a mug. Yeah, so that's still pretty awesome. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. No Chewbacca. I probably should get the Chewbacca mug. I threw it in the dishwasher. It's getting washed. I missed when Fisherman was a dead card. I like the Fisherman. It's probably one of my favorite cards, but I agree. It is kind of broken. Sandbox looks like a Minecraft character. Oh, God. I can't even comment on that. SandBox has matchup, I think. Yeah, I think so. If it was Earthquake, I think that was matchup for KENTSUMESHI all the way. But Fireball being able to just get a lot more value than the Earthquake and being able to knock back the balloon that was good. Dutch, yo, what's up, Dutch? How you doing today? Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Bren Chong Cup Tuesday. Do you get it? Because it's Bren Chong Cup 2, but I said Bren Chong Cup Tuesday. That's pretty bad. I'll show myself out. That's enough for me. I'm just gonna drink my coffee. So SandBox using the bar barrel and the lumberjack. Let me see if I can think of this deck. Bowler. Okay, now we already know it. It's gonna be the exact same deck. SandBox just took KENTSUMESHI's deck. SandBox is playing KENTSUMESHI's deck that we just saw. That's super funny. And then we're seeing Lava Hound. We're seeing Skeleton Dragons. Most likely it's going to be Lava Miner. Yep, Lava Miner. Or it could have been Lava Miner Loon. We saw that come out a couple of times. But we saw Starry and Pure bring that deck out. And they're known as being really prominent beatdown players. And a lot of the pro players, a lot of the CRL pros from East, we've seen them not use a lot of Lava Hound Loon, Lava Hound Miner Loon. It's usually been this deck, the Lava Miner one. Maybe it's a little bit more consistent, a little bit more outplay potential, but the last 3 cards are going to be Miner, Barbarians, and Goblin Cage. And then SandBox is going with a little bit of a change, going with the Electro Dragon instead of the Baby Dragon. I like that. The Electro Dragon could be... The Electro Dragon might be a little bit better in this matchup, being able to deal with the Lava Pups a little easier, but also being able to hit the Lava Hound and also hit the supporting units, so either the Skeleton Dragons, the Mega Minion, or the Flying Machine, potentially. This is going to be interesting. I don't know if SandBox is going to go in here, but this... Oh, great Tornado pulling that in. Flying Machine, always annoying, and Flying Machine is going to go down, and that is... Arrows comes in, trying to get a little bit of damage. And overall, a pretty even bridge battle. Barb Barrel has to come out on defense. Skeleton Dragons get, what, 2 shots? 3 shots? Nope, just 2 shots in total. So, pretty even on Elixir, pretty even bridge battle. I think the longer this goes on, though, the better it is for SandBox. Having that Tornado just to pull all the units in and having the Electro Dragon and even using the Freeze potentially on defense, all is possible. So now finally going in as SandBox, we get the Balloon and the Lumberjack push, pulling everything together, getting the Bards, getting the Flying Machine, getting the Skeleton Dragons, the Lava Hound pops already. Freeze comes in, but he doesn't get the Freeze in time. The Balloon does die a second before that Freeze is used. Is this the chance that KENTSUMESHI could maybe get something going, or is it too little too late? I think right now SandBox, all he has to do is do exactly what he did before. Problem is, Inferno Dragon really, really good at dealing with the Lava Hound. This is where SandBox seems to maybe be forcing it a little bit. He does have Freeze in his hand, though. Lumberjack does get a hit on tower, and that's going to be at least death damage. GG, well played. SandBox has played that perfectly. I think if SandBox decided to defend there instead of going in, he didn't have the Inferno Dragon, and that probably would have been GG for SandBox. So good recognition from SandBox, realizing, wait, I just used my Inferno Dragon to deal with a Flying Machine and a Mega Minion. I need that Inferno Dragon for the Lava Hound. Okay, the tower's low enough. I'm just gonna go Lumberjack. I'm gonna go Balloon. He can't stop this, and even if he does, he's not gonna stop this. That's the problem with the Lumberloon freeze decks. They're really hard to stop. A raged up balloon is one thing, but a raged up balloon that you can freeze any unit that your opponent plays to defend is another. Is a totally another animal. Fishy Boy is one of my favorite cards. Yeah, it's one of my favorite cards too. I really like it. I really like the Fish Boy. Do you use a green screen to hide the background? Yes, I do have a green screen. I got a little green screen behind me right here. And it works well. It works really, really... No, I'm actually I'm in a forest. Living in the forest. I'm a forest dweller. I'm a forest man. KENTSUMESHI, that nickname is sick. Yeah, it's KENTSUMESHI. It really is just... I find it flows really nicely. It's long, but it feels like it goes together. New prediction. Oh, that's right. I forgot that I was doing a prediction. So choose outcome. Starry actually wins. Okay, so I'm not going to do... Oh, yeah, we're already on to the next one. Wow, this has been very, very... SandBox. I'm excited to see SandBox next game. Okay, let me set up a prediction for this guy. So it is KK on the bottom, Hajime on the top. Who will win? Both of these players, I guess Hajime needs this win more. Hajime really needs this win more. KK was able to win against Pure in his first match. It wasn't easy. Pure definitely didn't make it easy, but Hajime wasn't able to take that first victory. So if Hajime loses this, we saw this happen yesterday with a lot of these really good players. Jupiter King started off 0-2, AUK started 0-2, and I don't think any of these players want to start 0-2, especially these players that have a lot of, I guess, a lot of support behind them, a really high name value. A lot of these people, a lot of the community wants to see these people compete, not only in the regional elimination bracket, but the world elimination bracket. And if you start off 0-2, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So let's see if Hajime can beat KK, but that's a hard task to do. KK rocking both of them are rocking, it looks like Mortar Graveyard, but little different variations. So KK's probably going to be using either Fireball or Poison. We saw Poison, I think, the last time with this deck. And then Hajime going with the arrows instead. The arrows are going to be good because you can kill the Spear Goblins very quickly, but bad because you can't kill the Hunter. Right now, if Hajime does have Poison as his, he can play, okay, his Fireball. It doesn't kill the Hunter, but the Hunter is relatively low. Could finish off with a Barb Barrel if need be. So a decent amount of damage coming in from KK. Not only that, his spell does a little bit more damage, so that's going to add up over time. Mortar on defense, Mortar on offense. And right now, this should be a relatively easy defense. Probably going to go Spear Goblins. Yep, Spear Goblins to deal with the Knight. Spear Goblins to help deal with this Mortar. Arrows coming in, finishing off the Mortar. Cannon card up high for the Mortar. This is really clean play from both players, and this game's probably going to go to the distance. Maybe not, just because the graveyards, and now that it's times to elixir, are going to come out more and more and more, and one misplay against the graveyard, one misplay even against the cannon cart could just be your game. The game could be over after that. Both players playing very defensively. Hajime trying to get a little bit of damage. Right now is behind, so maybe feeling a little bit of pressure, feeling like he has to go in. This is not the situation you want to be. I hate being in the situation in Clash Royale. Whenever you're behind in Clash Royale, even though if it's not a lot, even if it's 100 HP, 200 HP, you really want to, you really feel like you're forced to do more work than you're supposed to. Graveyard is piling up really, really quickly. Spear Goblins come down, but no Poison in the hand of KK. Having to, if he had Poison instead of Fireball, I think it might be a little bit better. He could use it on offense, be able to kill the Hunter if he wanted to, or he can use it on defense for the Graveyard. Maybe a little bit more options, and just like that, the entire dynamics of this game changed. Now Hajime is in the lead, and now KK needs to go with the offense and goes with the aggressive Mortar up high. Hunter at the back, probably a Graveyard coming in. No, just goes for the Fireball instead. This is not going to be good. Arrows comes in, takes out the Spear Goblins really quickly. That was part of the positives of bringing arrows, and we're going to see the Skeletons finish off the Hunter and get a little bit more chip damage. Mortar did get a bunch of connections on Hajime's right side tower, and it now is the lowest tower. Cannon cart up high, Knight to pick up the cannon cart. This is weird because, yeah, you don't want to Fireball the Spear Goblins. Ends up going for the Spear Goblins anyways, but that doesn't seem like a good value trade. A 4 for 2, sure, you get a little bit of damage, a little decent amount of damage on the right side tower, but it's a lot of elixir to be using. So Mortar being aggressive, Mortar on defense for KK. This is, I think Hajime has this. If it's not this Graveyard, it's going to be close enough where probably the next Graveyard will take it out. Using Cannon on defense, doubling up on the Mortar, has to. But playing the Mortar, the defensive Mortar, in the range of the broken Cannon cart is not the play you want. Knight at the bridge, no Knight in the hand, has to go high Hunter. Cannon in front. Oh, this could be it. KK, as long as he can, maybe he can get a cannon card on tower on the right side here. It doesn't look like it. Solid defense with the Spear Goblins and the Knight on the left side. Couple of skeleton hits. Mortar comes down on the right side. 17 seconds left. I don't think KK is going to be able to get the damage. Hajime is playing really good defense. Not only that, doing a good job spreading out all of his units, not giving KK any value. And it looks like as long as this Graveyard doesn't do too much damage, that's going to be a win for Hajime. Well done. So not an exact mirror matchup, but relatively close. I think those arrows really helped in that matchup. Really helped. What's KENTSUMESHI's, T's name written in Japanese. I do not know. Why Kentis name? I don't know. Are you talking about his in-game name? Because that just might just be the name he has on his account. Like, I know a lot of players have different names on their account that they go by. My favorite card's Magic Archer. Elo, yo, Magic Archer is it's a pretty solid card. I used to be an absolute monster with Magic Archer. I used Magic Archer to win my first GC. Now I don't use it too much. Let's go Cash another Raid Shadow Legends. I still think you're memeing. I still think that's Photoshop. There's no way you played that much shit Raid Shadow Legends. Maybe I should try out Raid Shadow Legends. I don't know. I feel like it's a meme. I think I'm going to get roasted by my buddies. If anybody ever looks at me and they're like, hey, what are you playing on your phone? Not only that, but I think I'd rather just play Clash Royale than Raid Shadow Legends. I don't need another thing in my life. I got to focus on making YouTube videos. Sam G, good morning. Cashy Poo, good morning. How you doing? Morning. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Happy Bren Chong Cup day. Hajime has the advantage in terms of spells. I think so too. But was there anything that maybe KK could have done differently? Was there a mistake? I don't think so. I think Hajime just played that really, really well. I think he did a really good job keeping he always spread out his units, didn't give really much fireball value or spell value at all with either the barbell or the fireball of KK. His defenses on the graveyard were really, really clean, and his offensive pushes. I like what he did he was going with the mortar, and he was also going with the graveyard at the same time. So it put KK under a little bit of pressure, having to focus on defending the mortar and also defending the graveyard. It seemed like there was that one push that he got maybe a little bit flustered. Misplayed the mortar, and then ended up getting a decent amount. Ooh, this is okay. That's gonna be fine. King Tower activation had to do with the skeletons. Uses the Ice Wizard. This is exactly what you need. This is probably gonna be GG. Well played for KK. This matchup's really good. Having the Bomb Tower or Goblin Cage. If it's Bomb Tower, I can't see Hajime winning, especially having the Royal Delivery. If he had the Snowball, it might be a chance for Hajime. But this Hog Rider's never going to get on tower. The Hog Rider, he's playing Hog EQ, so Hajime, I'm assuming, is going to start playing some Earthquakes. Start going to cycle Earthquakes, because that's going to be probably the way Hajime will be getting damage. I can't see KK making a mistake and letting any of these Hog Riders, any Hog Rider from Hajime, get on tower. So an early graveyard already coming in. Hog Rider on defense, Cage up front to defend, Royal Delivery up high, maybe a little too high, and a log in the back. Solid defense against the graveyard, solid defense against the Hog Rider, and this is not what you want if you're Hajime. The longer this game goes on, the worse the situation is for Hajime. He's gonna have to figure out something, and I think Hajime, if I'm you, just start playing the playing the Earthquake, maybe waiting for the next Hog Rider going Earthquake, because now that you know, if it was Bomb Tower, that's different. Bomb Tower, if you go Hog Rider and your opponent plays Bomb Tower, even if you Earthquake that Bomb Tower, it's not enough to get your Hog Rider on the tower. The Bomb Tower still has enough HP to withstand the Hog and the Earthquake. But now that you know KK has a Goblin Cage, could you just outcycle the Goblin Cage? Could you just go, oh, he misses the Earthquake on the Goblin Cage. Yikes, Hog gets one hit? No, Hog does not get a hit. Interesting play. You know he doesn't have Tornado. You know he's going to go with the Goblin Cage. Maybe he thought he was going to play Goblin Cage in the middle to pull the Hog Rider in the middle. Now that he has three towers, the King Tower being activated, additional DPS on the Hog Rider. Interesting. A lot of pressure coming in on KK. A lot of pressure. I'm really liking these graveyards. The damage is adding up quick. And this is probably going to be KK's win. I just noticed the player always bans Miner. Yeah, maybe. Miner's used in a lot of decks. It's used in Lava Miner. It's used in Miner Wall Breakers. And then we've also seen Miner a couple of times in Balloon decks. So maybe that's why? Cash, get some sleep, otherwise you'll be playing poo-poo pee-pee later on. Yeah, Cads, I'm gonna take a nap after the stream, probably. The problem is I want to work on a YouTube video. Galaxy? Yo, what's up? Good morning. Expo or Hog EQ? I still think, it was so funny yesterday when the... Oh, who was it? Who was it yesterday that played an entire deck? It was 3.0 Expo, and then instead of Expo it was Royal Giant. It just absolutely bamboozled me. I felt like I was dreaming. I felt like I was absolutely dreaming. Hajime can just EQ cycle and win as long as he defends graveyards perfectly, I guess. Yeah, but perfectly defending graveyards, I don't even know if that seems like an oxymoron to me. Graveyards are so hard to defend because you never know, like, either it's just, you can just get bad RNG and a couple of skeleton extra shots. That should be one hit, no? I guess with the King Tower activated, that's that last shot that the Hog Rider usually gets in that situation. Wow, look at the cycle. Look at the cycle of Hajime. Tornado, though? No. He misses the tornado? Uh-oh. This is what happens against Hog EQ. One misplay. Now his cycle is all out of whack. Doesn't have tornado, doesn't have Goblin Cage. Hog Rider does not get a hit, though, with the help of the Ice Wizard and the Goblin Brawler. Okay. Another Hog probably coming in on the left side. There is enough DPS on the right side to deal with this graveyard. Cage comes in. Earthquake maybe to support? No, deciding to figure out this whole graveyard fiasco on the right side first. Probably another graveyard coming in any second. Right after this night is done at the bridge, another graveyard. This is probably going to be GG, well played by KK, but it's close. Tornado pulling the Hog Rider Tower. Don't miss this. Okay, he does it this time. Doesn't miss that one up. GG, well played. There's no way this graveyard's being able to get defended. Really? Doesn't matter. GG, well played. Close game. A lot closer than I expected. But it's crazy because I really thought So Pro Bro. Yo, how didn't that hit? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to hit. If that Hog Rider got a hit, that would have been GG, well played for Hajime. Work on the YouTube video, sleep is overrated. The problem is, it's one of those things where I would agree with that if it was like studying for like a test or doing a project. But I find my quality, if I'm tired for my stream today, I guess we'll keep it light. Today when we stream, I'll probably just do a lot of 1v1s. I'll make a 1v1 clan. Make a 1v1 clan. We'll do some 1v1s. I'll play a little bit of ladder. Yeah. Do you consider streaming on YouTube anytime later on? I've thought about it a couple of times. I just don't know. I think right now with YouTube, I just gotta start making YouTube videos. I really gotta start making YouTube videos. No more NBA. I watch too much basketball. I'm excited for this game number 3. Who do you guys got? KK or Hajime? I think Hajime's got this. I really think Hajime's got this. Sean Jason, what is this? This is the Bren Chong Cup 2. This is a community tournament hosted by Bren Chong himself, Appgrade, and also Supercell. It is $40,000 in total prizes. This is the second stage of 4 stages. This is the regional round robin stage. The Asia, there's 4 regions. There's Asia, Europe, Latin America, and North America. This is Asia, and this is Group C round robin, battling it out. And whew, this has been some great games. What happened? What happened? What's in the box? Delete graveyard. Yeah, it's crazy. Graveyard's good. Graveyard's good. It's definitely not as good in competitive because in graveyard, I don't actually. That's a lie. I was gonna say in graveyard or in competitive, all we see is splash yard, splash yard, splash yard. But that was the case even before graveyard nerf. In CRL East, everybody, it was really boring to watch sometimes because it was splash yard versus splash yard versus splash yard versus splash yard, mirror matchup all the time. It was dominant. And even after the nerf, graveyard's still a really good card. Maybe one of the best win conditions. What counters splash yard? Lava Hound with Inferno Dragon's usually really good. Lava Inferno Dragon's really good. Lava Loon Miner with Inferno Dragon's really good. Other than that, I don't know. It's a really defensive deck. It's lucky because graveyard, a lot of decks, if you put Royal Hogs in the splash yard deck, it wouldn't be nearly as good because the Royal Hogs aren't a consistent enough win condition to consistently get damage. Where if your opponent has, let's say, a Fireball or a Bomb Tower, I think the Bomb Tower is probably the biggest one. If your opponent has a Bomb Tower, you will never get Royal Hogs on your opponent's tower. But even if your opponent has the hard counter to Graveyard, which would be, I guess, considerably Poison would be the counter. Even with Poison, the Skeleton still can get damage, which is crazy. Graveyard, if you think about that, Graveyard and Bomb Tower Balloon are, I think, the best win conditions in Clash Royale. Is the clean stream better to TNT today? TNT. All I have in my head now stuck is TNT. Dynamite. TNT. I'm way too tired for this. Very interesting deck. Hajime coming out with Royal Hogs P.E.K.K.A. And then KK might be coming out with a more interesting deck, going with Splash Yard, but there's no Knight. Hajime did ban the Knight, so instead of the Knight, goes with, I guess, Skeletons for the Knight, and then instead of Bomb Tower, going with the Barbarian Hut to maybe give a little bit of that medium tankage. So having to go with the Graveyard on the right side to help deal with this P.E.K.K.A. King Tower activation with the Tornado against the Royal Ghost. This is looking like a game, the longer it goes on, the better it is for KK. And a lot of times, I've seen players that use this Barb Hut Graveyard deck go for stacking Barb Huts. Is this one of those matchups? I believe so. He's probably going to keep using these cheap elixir cards, poison the Magic Archer on the left side, and probably going to go for another Barb Hut on the right, as long as he can somewhat defend this P.E.K.K.A. So Barb Hut coming down for the Royal Hogs. Maybe has to just go with the Tornado. Tornado, Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon. That will be enough. I love what Hajime's doing. Hajime's putting on a lot of pressure, making it really hard for KK to get a counter push, and also going with his own win condition being the Graveyard. So finally a Graveyard comes out. Zappy's on defense, Magic Archer on defense. Zappy's not the best on defense against a Graveyard. Magic Archer's okay, Poison as well, takes out the Zappies. A little bit of damage, but right now, Hajime's in the lead, and I love that he's doing it with this really interesting deck. This deck, I think the difference, what Hajime did with this deck is the Mega Knight Royal Hogs deck that's been somewhat popular, kind of a little bit of a different rendition. I don't remember it usually having Magic Archer. Usually it has Flying Machine or Hunter. I don't remember Magic Archer being as big with this deck. But instead of the Mega Knight, going with the P.E.K.K.A. I love it. I really love it. Also, I think I missed Hugo's follow. That was like 30 minutes ago. But also Joel and Jola. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Welcome to the Kashman. Welcome to the Bren Chong Cup too. And good morning. How are you guys doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up? 11 months. Dang, almost a year. That is insane. Pure has Javi Shadow. Does he really? Oh my gosh. Maybe it's just Javi in disguise. Delete Skeletons. They OP. Yeah, yo, Skeletons, man. They broken. Skeletons do be broken. Facts. I'm an OG. 1 year. Liam, what? You've been following for a year and 4 months? Why did I not know that? I thought you followed like 4 months ago, maybe. Wow, crazy. Prince is the best card is because it's just beastly. Tiger, I think Prince is definitely a low-key card. But is it the best card? That's a statement. So this is Fireball coming in, getting a little bit of chip value with the spells. Graveyard comes in with 8 seconds left. If he had a little bit more time, maybe. It looks like KK is going to lose this. Hajime is going to take this one. And you know what? Shout out to Hajime. I like what he did with his deck selection. He made changes to a deck. He didn't just... I guess there's two ways you can look at it, as maybe he misclicked. Maybe he put in the P.E.K.K.A. by accident. But I'd love to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I would love to say that Hajime put in the P.E.K.K.A. on purpose. He thought about KK's deck pool. He thought about the deck that most likely KK would use, which I would expect it to be a Graveyard deck of sort. Taking out the Knight, though, trying to get it, like, make him get up to an off-meta Graveyard deck, and then himself putting in the P.E.K.K.A., maybe thinking that... I don't know what exactly he was trying to go for with the P.E.K.K.A. What exactly he was trying to counter with that P.E.K.K.A. But whatever, hey, it worked, and that's all that matters. Royal Ghost was really strong with the Knight ban. Ooh, that's a really good point. Yeah, not a lot of ways to deal with that Royal Ghost. Not only that, how crazy would Cannon Cart been really good with a Knight ban? Because Knight's always a really good pickup against Cannon Cart. So right now, Pure lost twice? We only saw Pure... Starry's 2-0? I'm going to assume that Pure and Starry played off stream. Starry and Pure probably played off stream, and I'm guessing Starry beat Pure, which is disappointing because Pure he did really well against KK. Starry is looking really good. Starry's really making a name for himself, beating first Higher and now Pure. I wonder if Starry plays again. He definitely plays at least one more today. One more game. So Hajime does beat KK. Everybody thought it was going to be Hajime too. So wow, good predictions on your guys' side. And then let's go for the next prediction. I thought the next game was supposed to be Pure and Starry, but it doesn't look like we're going to have that game anymore. I think they might have just skipped it. So yo, KFP, that's a really good eye, by the way, with the whole Royal Ghost, really strong with the Night Band. I didn't even notice that, but that's really true statement. So yeah, we are just going to, I guess Starry and Pure played off stream, so now we have Griko on the bottom and KENTSUMESHI at the top. Oh wow, they are. Is this bad blood? Are we seeing some beef? Are we seeing Clash Royale beef? Uh-oh. Who do you guys got? KENTSUMESHI on the top, Griko at the bottom. If you guys want, there are predictions set up right now, so you can actually predict with the channel points that you accumulate by watching the stream. You can bet on who you think is going to win, and if you get it right, you get more channel points. It's just a little fun. You were the first guy I ever followed. I just wasn't an active chatter. Liam, are you serious? That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's legit. And now look at you. You've changed. Now you play Raid Shadow Legends. That bar putt was a mistake, surely. Like selecting the bar putt, or was there a bar putt that he misplayed? Because I can't remember. At the end, I was looking at chat. I don't know if I saw the misplay with the bar putt, or at least I didn't notice it. Pure loss to Starry. It sucks because I really wanted to see Starry. I don't know why they did it behind the scenes. Maybe someone had to do something, but I really wanted to see what Starry had. I really wanted to see what he was about. Starry did really well in his first match, and I wanted to see, like, in Clash Royale, it's one of those things where you can either, your opponent makes a misplay and you capitalize on it, or maybe you get a really good deck selection, and in a small sample size, you can beat the best player. You can beat, I could probably, if I get a really good matchup, or if Mortar makes a misplay, I could maybe beat Mortar in one game. But if we spread that out for best of 3, best of 5, best of 7, that's where the variance starts getting eliminated, and that's where people will make less mistakes. And I want to see if Starry was... I just want to see more of his playstyle. It sucks that we're not going to be able to see him, at least right now. I wonder when he plays next. KENTSUMESHI, because he's sponsored by Red Bull. It's crazy because I thought he just wore that Red Bull hat because he liked it. I didn't realize if he's actually sponsored by Red Bull, that's funny. That's very funny. Flexing his GT emote to someone who has a GT emote. I know, that's such a weird thing to do. I don't get it. I do not get it. Everybody does that. Everybody I know does that, though. Where someone will BM, and then instantly, if they get BM'd, all they do is just flex that, shining their trophy. Shine the trophy, baby. Like, isn't that trophy already polished enough? You're gonna break it? Someone redeemed Be Toxic for them. Wait, what? Oh, they redeemed on their channel. BM your opponent. That's hilarious. Use 3,000 channel points. They're good friends. Oh, are they good friends? That's hilarious. That's awesome. So we're going to see probably Royal Giant on the right side. We got P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, or Royal Giant on the right side. Royal Giant on the bottom, and P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mother of Pearl. It's Mother Witch. I can't believe it. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. Oh my gosh. It's happening. It's happening. It can't be. It can't be. I don't believe it. We're seeing the Mother Witch in competitive. Guys, this is real. This isn't a drill. I am so excited. KENTSUMESHI is either the biggest genius in the world or just has given up on life. Didn't he win the first game? KENTSUMESHI won, didn't he? I can't remember if who did KENTSUMESHI play? Sandbox. No, he lost. Maybe he's tilted. Maybe KENTSUMESHI has given up. Maybe he's like, you know what? I'm retiring. I'm gonna play Heyday from now on. Or he's a god. I don't know. Let's see if this... It doesn't seem like a good matchup for the Mother Witch at all. But is there ever a good matchup for the Mother Witch at all? So Magic Archer gonna get the snipe shots. Mother Witch is still alive. Going to turn the Royal Hog. What happened in this situation? Okay, the bomb is... There was one time where I saw, or my Mother Witch turned a giant skeleton into a pig, and I thought the bomb became mine, where the bomb exploded, and I thought it dealt damage to my opponent's players. I think I was just crazy in that situation. I think I was just crazy. I was curious to see what would happen, but it was exactly what I expected. The Royal Giant turns into a pig, bomb's still on your opponent's side, bomb goes off, just bang, boom, bop. It's weird that this is somewhat of a close game. Are you sponsored by Tampa Bay? No. Not sponsored by Tampa Bay. Not sponsored by Tampa Bay. Not sponsored by anybody. The only thing that sponsors me is maple syrup, the snow, and the Canadian flag, because I'm the king of the North. You know what? Honestly, that's 3 claps. Mother Witch is so bad in this matchup, it got 0 value. If I'm trying to think of a legit match where maybe the Mother Witch could be good. You know what's crazy? Is there a world where you play Mother Witch against someone that plays minor wall breakers? Joel, Mother Witch, no value. Yeah, it's good versus bats. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I know it's good against Golem, but we don't see Golem because of the Mother Witch. It's somewhat good against Golem. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, is there any matchup that we've seen? Like, I don't think Royal Recruits is a good... What's a good matchup for the Mother Witch in this meta? Is there any? Probably not. Octo Giant's not. Graveyard, but, like, it's hard to... We haven't seen a lot of Graveyard. 4 Elixir card, useless. Yeah, 4 Elixir, useless card. It sucks because if it does get value, it's ridiculous. But the card itself is just so weak. It has no HP. It basically heals your opponent, deals so little damage. Log bait, yeah, but we haven't seen any log bait. I think we saw one player yesterday come out with double barrel, but we haven't seen any other bait decks other than that. Mama counters Night Witch, yeah, but we haven't seen much Night Witch. We've seen a decent amount just because we have a couple of really good Golem players in this group. Maybe that's what KENTSUMESHI was going for. Griko's a Golem player, right? I'm pretty sure Griko is a Golem player. Versus Graveyard. Graveyard hasn't been super popular in the Bren Chong Cup too, at least in the Asian region. We've seen KK use it a decent amount. Just with he's been using Splash Yard a lot. We saw him come out with that Bar Putt 1 deck as well, and he uses the Mortar Graveyard deck. So maybe I think that gets a little too crazy. Mama Witch is one of those ones where even in matchups where it's good, it's not even broken. Like, it's not good enough to merit, like, it goes from being a bad card to an okay card. I don't know. How would you all buff her? I would just give her... People are talking about giving her Splash, and I think Splash would maybe be broken because then you would be able to get more piggies on the field. I think all you have to do is just give her a little bit more... I think her attack speed needs to be a little bit higher. And I think the attack speed's the best way because technically the damage per second with DPS would be higher, which means she does more damage, but also she'll be able to attack more units quicker, turning more units into hogs. So it's not as broken as Splash, but I still think it would be good. So, like, if bats were coming at her, she'd be able to boom, 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 instead of the boom, boom, bat, boom, bat turns into hog. I don't know. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, that's super cool. I made a TikTok on that. So there is one way. If your opponent plays Fisherman at the back and you basically put your giant skeleton at the bridge laughing at while you do that, because you know that Fisherman's going to pull the giant skeleton into your Princess Tower and they're going to lose a lot of HP when the bomb goes boom. There's one way to stop that. And that is with a giant, a Royal Giant, or... What other cards? I think Golem works, Electro Giant works. There's a decent amount of cards, but Royal Giant is one of them. And if you play it between the Giant Skeleton in the Fisherman, you can use the Royal Giant to push the Skeleton Giant back. And because the Giant Skeleton is still in range of the Fisherman, instead of pulling it, it walks to it. And the Royal Giant actually bodies the Giant Skeleton out of the way. Out of the tower range. It doesn't matter. Griko ended up still taking the tower. But you know what? Maybe KENTSUMESHI watched my TikTok. No, I think he probably just knew. Griko can play anything. Never seen Griko use Golem. I thought someone said Griko was a Golem one trick. No, it was Pure and Starry that are the Golem one tricks. That's my bad. Griko's the mortar goat. Is he? We haven't seen him play mortar yet. But hey, big dub against KENTSUMESHI. Not only that, that's really bad for KENTSUMESHI. Now, Griko is 2-0. KENTSUMESHI is 0-2. Hopefully it shows the standings. Splash would be so broken against any swarms. Yeah, Commander. I think you're right. Griko got second in ladder with mortar. Which mortar beta? Are we talking Marcarius' deck? Are we talking mortar graveyard? What mortar deck are we? Mortar cycle? No, there's nobody getting top 2 with mortar cycle. I'd buffer single target DPS by 120 to 150 or increase splash range to Witch and buff DPS by 60. The problem is I wouldn't want to do something that seems pretty intense. I think I'd tone it down a little bit. If we buff the Witch, I'd rather just implement like small buffs, because I would hate for her to get broken and then her not be boosted, and then everybody that has her is now best in the world. Wait. I missed the standings. I really want to see these standings. So we got Griko and Starry at the top, undefeated so far. Griko has yet to win a game, which is insane. SandBox as well has yet to win a game, but we've only seen him play one set, and that was against KENTSUMESHI. KENTSUMESHI not having the best day. Pure as well not having the best day. Higher lost his first game, but it wasn't. It was against Griko, and he did end up getting. I think he ended up getting a win in that match. No, he did not. He got 2-0'd. Interesting. Hajime, he lost to Starry, but then beat KK, so he really kind of rallied from that. Okay, let's get to the next one. We got SandBox in the top, Higher on the bottom. Minor Wall Breakers finally making an appearance. It's weird though that Musketeer is making. Is it Mega Knight? No, it's not Mega Knight. Is it Mega Knight Wall Breakers? It might be Mega Knight Wall Breakers coming out for Higher, and SandBox using good old Splash Yard. Okay, maybe not. Maybe just using the Musketeer instead of, I don't know. Usually this deck has bats. Maybe just changing the bats for Musketeer, but that doesn't make sense because this deck usually doesn't have skeletons. I don't know what this is. When is SandBox matches? Right now, baby. Lag. Oh, no. Not like this. Not like this. Don't do this to me. Why did this happen to me? I made my mistakes. There's nowhere to run. Okay, I'm going to set up this next prediction real quick. So who will win? We got SandBox on the top, and then we got Higher on the bottom. So far, it was quality-wise. The stream wasn't having any problems. Now, I don't want to jinx it. But a little bit of Wi-Fi issues, potentially. Finished second with Mortarbait like a year ago. Oh, a year ago. Okay, that makes sense. Mortarbait used to be so good. Now it's just poo-poo. Yo, what happened to my man KENTSUMESHI? I don't know. He tried to use the Mother Witch, and it just did not hit. You should get the standings for the cup on the app. Oh, yeah, that's right. I could get it on the app. That's right, on AppGrade. Good to, yo, thank you so much for reminding me. I've just been using the, oh, that's so funny. It literally says it right there. You get the full calendar and results on AppGrade. Yeah, shout out to AppGrade. It's a really solid app. Really user-friendly. Very, very much so user-friendly. Exclamation point B is so funny. Cash, do you get money every time someone sees an ad on your channel? Like when I enter the stream and see an ad at the start? Yeah, I believe so. It's not a lot. It's pennies, but I guess it adds up. A penny a day keeps the doctor away. That's not how the saying goes. That didn't make sense. The thing is, can a card dying to Fireball be broken? Yes, and Fireball bait. Yes, I think so. I think you can make a point. Yeah, I would say yes. I think a card. I'm gonna go with yes. And I think Higher is gonna win this matchup. I don't think any more wall breakers are coming out. Probably a Royal Delivery at the top. No, just going with the Musketeer. Needs a Royal Delivery as well. Maybe. Decent amount of damage. Do you want to take all that? Just Earthquake. No! No, please no. No, going in with the wall breakers. You know what? It's cycle at the end of the day. That's fine. I think in this situation, though, you probably don't want to go wall breakers, because if you go wall breakers, they play Goblin Cage, and they basically get a Goblin Brawler for 2 elixir. You cycle, which is positive. I don't know. I'm trying to sell myself on not using the whole wall breakers. So Spear Goblin's outside of the poison, Royal Delivery down as well. Ice Wizard is going to get the lock. No, wall breakers come down last second. Miner does get picked up by the Ice Wizard. It's a lot. It's really close, but all he needs is 2 more Earthquakes, and he wins this game pretty much. So cycle, cycle, cycle. Probably going to go for a bomb tower in front of his tower, same position, using the bomb death damage to help deal with some of these supporting units of Sandbox. Spear Goblins really quickly, and also no poison coming out. I like that Miner Tornado on defense. Musketeer to help out as well. And Higher is going to take it. GG, well played. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think we saw it right there as well. Earthquake. Earthquake isn't a spell. I can't say Earthquake's a spell. A spell is a card that you use to support your offense. And the only way that Earthquake supports an offense is if they play skeletons or goblins. It doesn't support an offense even against towers. Okay, maybe some towers, a Tesla or some towers. Bomb Tower is just a ridiculous card. It's so powerful. It's got so much juice. But I don't even know if I can say that Earthquake's a spell anymore. I truly, after watching Clash Royale, after playing it myself, can you say that Earthquake is a spell? Like, what does Fireball do? Earthquake's a win condition. It has to be. Because nobody uses Earthquake to support your push. When you go in with a Hog Rider and you Fireball... Oh, I just knocked my... I didn't realize I knocked my green screen. When you Fireball your opponent's, I don't know, Musketeer, Hunter, whatever it is, when you use a Fireball or you use a Snowball with your balloon that's going in with your Miner, and you try to use the Snowball to maybe get your opponent's bats off the field or push away the Hunter, you're supporting the units that are already in play. You're supporting your win condition. But your Earthquake never supports your win condition. It deals damage to your opponent's tower. EQ broke my game, bruh. EQ broke. It literally, actually, it just broke my game. My game is not loading. Yeah, I guess you gotta play Heyday now. I guess you're a Heyday Mystic. You gotta play Heyday. Ivan, yo, what's up? Good morning, good morning. What the frig, Barput again? Yeah, so pro, bro. I don't know what's going on. Asia is, maybe Asia knows something that we don't know, because, Barput got a really big nerf. Like a really big nerf. And this is the second time we've seen... It's not even the same player using the deck. We saw KK use this deck, and now Hire's using this Barput. It looks like Splash Air, but Barput. Why is this good? Everyone start refreshing the stream to see no ads. Don't do that. I want that 1 penny. Most of Twitch income comes from subs and sponsors. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. She might actually be more useless when surviving Fireball because she baits out Fireball value. Exactly. Commander, I think that's true. That's part of the reason why Barbs went from being bad to good, because before you would never Fireball the Barbs, but when they became Fireball, when they became a Fireball bait card, they actually became viable. Ooh, a little Mega Knight Graveyard. Why are we seeing so much Graveyard today? I know Asia and CRL East, a lot of players use Graveyard, but that was pre-Graveyard nerf. Maybe CRL players in the Asian region think that Graveyard is still viable and still one of the best cards. We're seeing Graveyard come out. No, ho. Hire's not using Graveyard. Hire has Lightning, so it's going to be Electro Giant. Or Electro Giant, or it could be Elixir Golem. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do that. No. So are Surgical Goblin Heavy actually playing in the BCC too? I haven't heard about Surgical Goblin. Maybe I just missed it. I've been following Revolamir too, so I've been getting all the updates on who people are inviting. Graveyard's also a spell. Okay, no, Graveyard's a win condition. I know it's a spell, but that's just not right. That's not right. You can EQ building with Hog. Yeah, but okay, I guess this is yes and no. So if there's some buildings, is it just because Bomb Tower is broken? Because if you go Hog Rider and you Earthquake the Bomb Tower, the Hog Rider doesn't get a hit. How ridiculous does that sound? You can use a Hog Rider and you can use an Earthquake. A card that's supposed to deal with buildings and a 4 elixir win condition, and it can be stopped. All 7 of that can be stopped. GG's the Sandbox, tying it up, going to game number 3. All that can be stopped by just a 4 elixir bomb tower. Are we getting to the point where just bomb tower is the broken card? Is bomb tower broken? Is it not earthquake? Is it bomb tower? EQ does the most tower damage per elixir than any other spell in the game, excluding Goblin Barrel and Graveyard. Yes, and it's by a pretty solid margin. Like, does it do more than lightning? It does, right? Why would we use miner as a win condition if EQ does more damage for 3 elixir? Honestly, that's so factual. It's so true. Meme but true. Meme but true. Who's that? I like this guy. Who is that? I don't know who that is, but he looks cool. Cash needs to get a Fiji water sponsor. I'd be down. I would be down. No, I need some G Fuel, baby. I need some coffee in my life. I might go run upstairs and actually fill up my cup real quick. I wonder if I can grab some coffee real quick. Elixir Golem with lightning sounds legit. Elixir Golem with lightning sounds ballsy, but possible? Surgical Goblin is streaming a lot of Fortnite now. I did say that. Rich said Surge is not in the tournament. Yeah, I don't think he plays Clash Royale anymore. I think he's just, I don't know, everything comes to an end. Everybody's got to grow. Everybody gets tired of light, like certain things. Like, you can't do one thing forever, no matter, like, if you love, I don't know, Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, but if you eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal every day for 3+ years for every meal, you're gonna get sick of it. And that happens. I think that happens with a lot of CRL pros, just because they play it like 8+ hours a day. Clash Royale is a game, like, if you play it 8 hours a day, whew, that's a lot of playing. It's nice. I like my situation. I get to play it for a little bit. I get to make some YouTube videos and content on it. And then I also get to stream it and watch other people playing. Come on, living the dream. Cracked to tap was good. Cracked to tap. Who are you? Which one are you again? Also, it's Greenball. Change the name. Why did you change your name, Greenball? Cracked to tap. What does that even mean? Cash, imagine that you're actually behind the chat now. Behind the chat. Actually behind the chat now. What do you mean behind the chat now? What does that mean? What does life mean? I remember I joined the cash streams for tourneys. Yeah, the tourneys. Hopefully tourney. I think I want to run one on Saturday, but I don't know. I don't want to burn out. These double streams are adding up, and I really got to focus on the YouTube side. But after 2 streams, I'm a potato, and I just want to sleep. If I had to play this game 8 hours a day, I would get through so many devices. Keith, that is an absolute statement. Absolute statement. I would be so... My devices would be destroyed. Even last night when I was playing and I was tilting, there was a couple of times where I was holding my phone a little tighter than I usually hold it. Just thinking like, oh, if I was a little stronger, if I did a couple more chin-ups, a couple more push-ups. Okay, I'm gonna run. I really want to get more coffee. No, I'm gonna wait till after this game. I'll wait till after this game. I want to watch at least this game. So Sandbox most likely going to be using Giant Skeleton, Royal Giant, and we did see him run Fireball instead of Earthquake. So let's see if he runs Earthquake or Fireball higher using the Royal Recruits Royal Hogs. So it is Fireball. That is going to be really good for Sandbox. That's probably going to be GG well played. How... even Fireball. Okay, he can get the Flying Machine and get the Royal Hogs. Maybe this isn't as good as I thought. Higher going Pigs, maybe? Yeah, going with the Piggies, the Royal Piggies. I don't know. I really don't know who has matchup here. The Fireball definitely makes this a little bit better for Sandbox, but... We'll see. I think it's pretty close, unless I'm missing something. I remember I joined cash streams after I lost to his three hogs deck while farming pass with Golem. Is that really? Wait, what? Yo, Rara, is that really when you hopped on the stream? There's no way. I thought you hopped on the stream for one of the cash cups, for one of the cash tournaments. Best command, the bees, yes. Is that the start of the bee movie? Is that where that quote comes from? According to all laws of aviation, there's no way a bee should be able to fly. That's from the bee movie, correct? I can't stream Stream, cash on ladder, I'm too high. I can't snipe cash on ladder, I'm too high. I hate you so much, Tiger. I hate you so much. I was like top 1,000 last night, and I tilted to, I don't even think I'm top 10,000. It's alright, I can get back. I just gotta not be tilted. In my opinion, EQ versus Cage is just a waste of elixir. Yes. Yes. If you Earthquake at Cage, they still have a Goblin Brawler, and you still have to use most likely. I guess you could technically use Skeletons to defend it, but most likely you're going to have to use more than that. And it feels, I agree, it feels like a waste of elixir. Is it a waste of elixir? I don't know. Okay, big push coming on the right side. Oh, this Hunter's got to go. Okay, the Hunter did finally go down. Royal Recruits are still alive, doing a decent amount of damage. Log's going to help push the Royal Giant away, and that's going to be no damage. Zappies are going to die. Royal Recruits stay alive. Goblin Brawler does end up dying to the Hunter, and Hunter's going to clean up the rest of the Royal Recruits. So it's probably going to keep rinse repeating on the right side. This is weird because I think this is where SandBox exactly wants his cycle. So okay, so he's going to go Royal Recruits, split them 3-3. I was potentially thinking Hire was going to go Royal Hogs on the left side. Now he can go Royal Hogs on the left side. But even if he goes Royal Hogs on the left side, SandBox does have a Barb Barrel, which he just used. He also has the Hunter. Hunter's really good. I think SandBox has this. I think SandBox has the exact cycle. He's probably going to go just Zappy. Yep, Zappy's at the back. Does he have Fireball? No, going to go for the Hunter instead. Fisherman up high just to, I guess, distract the Electro Spirit just so it doesn't get on tower. Just trying to minimize as much damage as possible. Little micro plays, but they add up. These little micro interactions add up really quickly. Flying Machine is alive. A lot of times we see SandBox Fireball the Flying Machine, but opts to go for the Zappies and the Goblin Brawler instead. Doesn't even get a shot with the Royal Giant. This game's getting really close really quickly. Because these Royal Hogs, every time the Hunter comes down, the Royal Hogs do get damage. Even though it's not substantial, it does add up quick. And just like that, Hire takes the lead. Last 60 seconds. Triple elixir, baby. This is what we play for. This is where it gets ridiculous. This was one of the things, this was probably my favorite change to Clash Royale out of every single change, every single update, every single card added to the game. Changing the game time from 6 minutes to 5 minutes and adding triple elixir at the end was the best thing to ever happen to Clash Royale. Whoever was behind that in the whole development team is a genius. Also, watch these Royal Hogs on the right side. That tower's getting low. Fireball comes in. That is going to be most likely GG, well played, unless a miracle can happen right now for SandBox. Royal Giant comes down. There's no way this Royal Giant's going to do anything. Zappies are going to keep it locked up. Wait a second. Wait a second. There is nothing in the hand of Hire. Fireball comes in, but that still can be enough damage. He needs to go Royal Hogs. Hire. He has to go Royal Hog, but Hunter and Zappies at the bridge. Is that going to be enough? Royal Hogs on the left side. No, 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 no. You got to go Royal Hogs on the right. I don't even think it's going to matter. SandBox stole that. Wow, Hire played that so well, so well. And then just that last defense, Love SandBox for that. SandBox got that, he's got that clutch gene. He's got that clutch gene. Well played. Seth did the triple elixir thing. Well, shout out to Steph because I love that. 5-minute games, it makes it so much quicker, so much more action, and that like just triple elixir, you saw it. It seems like a win condition's down in the arena every second, every time you look. It's like, wow, both win conditions are on the field. Interesting. So SandBox is dominating right now. Starry as well is also dominating, and Griko is dominating as well. We have the standings right here. Hire being 0-2 does not give Hire enough justice. Both of Hire's games went to the third and final set, and two of them, both of them were really, really close. Really, really close. One against SandBox, the other one was against Starry as well, right? It was against Starry? Yes, Pure played against KK. Griko played against... Maybe it was Griko that played against Hire. Can't remember. There's so many games. The throw. Yeah, I'm going to go with that's a big throw. That's a really big throw. I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab more coffee real quick. So enjoy. Keep doing what you're doing. Good morning. Also, if it's morning time for you, grab a coffee as well. Coffee time with Cash, baby. Woo! Oh, baby, I love the way. We saw this matchup muchos tiempos yesterday. Yes, I speak Spanish. Sí, of course. Sí, claro. This is going to be Electro Giant on the top. We got Wall Breakers on the bottom. Wall Breakers were everywhere yesterday in Group B. Every single game. But we also saw a lot of Electro Giant. Maybe even more Electro Giant. And this is a matchup where it was closer than I expected. I thought this was a matchup where if you get the double and triple elixir, this would be a matchup where the Electro Giant player won. But it wasn't always the case. It wasn't always the case because the Wall Breaker player can put on a lot of pressure, get a lot of damage, a lot of chip damage with the miner and potentially the Wall Breakers. The Wall Breakers are pretty easy to pick up though, having the barbell, having the Goblin Cage, having the Tornado, having the Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon. There's a lot of ways to pick up the Wall Breakers, so most likely the Wall Breakers will never get on. But these bomb towers are so annoying for the Elixir Golem player to deal with. I think KK made a mistake there. We saw him do a different defense. Okay, maybe it's not going to be as bad as I thought, but we saw KK do something different against Pure with his Golem deck. And what he did was he played an early bomb tower, and then Pure would lightning the bomb tower, and then you'd have another bomb tower in hand, so it wouldn't be a big deal. So now he's going with a little bit earlier of a bomb tower. Probably won't be able to cycle back to it. This might be Starry's game to win. Starry's really good. Starry's really playing well. Wasted Cage, yeah, really won. Finally, at least one prediction right. Let's go, Alex. Good prediction. Yeah, I gotta finish that prediction, by the way. Okay, I'll finish it. Oh, if it sucks. Okay, maybe we won't do a prediction for this one. So Sandbox did beat higher. I forgot to set up the prediction for this one. If I was a betting man right now, I would say that Starry probably has this, unless he makes a really big mistake. Good Ice Wizard, gonna mitigate most of that damage dealing with the bats and helping dealing with this the miner. Goblin Cage up high, and it's just Goblin Cage against Wall Breakers is just so good. Lightning probably. Why go Baby Dragon? Why not just go Lightning? Why wouldn't you go if you went Lightning earlier? That maybe that's not true. So Miner on defense just to distract, deal a little bit of damage to the Electro Giant and distract the Baby Dragon. Trying to go for the Tornado to pull the Miner towards the Princess Tower, maybe get one or two Baby Dragon shots. I don't even think he got one there. I couldn't tell. Fireball comes in to deal with the Ice Wizard. A big push. Has to go with the Baby Dragon. Has to go with the Goblin Cage, but doesn't have the Elixir. Both Wall Breakers connect, and KK. Wow. Abusing the Elixir of Starry, sees the Elixir Golem at the back, or the Elixir Giant at the back, and KK says, I am going in. Plays the Baby Dragon, already plays, he had nothing, he just didn't have enough Elixir. Wasn't able to get to the cage, but even if he got to the cage, I don't think that would have been enough. There were still bats, and there were still Spear Goblins chipping away. I don't know, well played by KK. A lot of people are telling me that KK doesn't have the clutchness in him. He gets nervous. In World Finals, he was nervous. I don't know if I can agree with that. That seemed very clutch to me. A game that was really close in the end. He found that moment to strike, and he striked like a cobra. A scorpion. A cobra scorpion. Imagine that, a cobra scorpion. Sounds like a really awful band name. Do you know Mr. Beast, by the way, Cash? Yeah, me and him go way back. I know of him, but I've never, I don't know him. I've never met Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is next level. He's the equivalent of, in my eyes, Elon Musk, but for YouTube. The stuff he does and the stuff he's doing is insane. Is that future Kashman? How does he look like me? He has way better facial hair. He looks bigger, too. I got to do some more push-ups. I'm going to start doing some push-ups between games. Elixir Golem, Elixir Giant. Man, Electro. There's so many giants. There's so many giants and golems. Electro, Elixir. It's a mess. Goblin, Giant Skeleton. Those are the freaking giants in a different position. In that name, it's crazy. It seems easier, but it's actually so difficult to break through the bomb tower. Yeah, I agree. Bomb tower has so much health. Bomb tower is insane. Bomb Tower's insane. And like Morden's brought it up too. He's like, yeah, Bomb Tower's broken, but I use it, so don't touch it. Like that. Bomb Tower's insane. Why can Bomb Tower withstand Royal Hogs and a Hog Rider and an Earthquake and totally defend both of those win conditions? That doesn't seem healthy to me. That seems ridiculous. If you're not using Bomb Tower, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Royal Hogs. Oh, Royal Hogs, Royal Recruits coming in. And is KK using... KK? What deck is this? What deck is this? Balloon? It's not... This doesn't seem like the Balloon cycle deck I'm used to. Usually, if I saw Knight and Mega Minion, Archers, Knight, Mega Minion, Snowball, double small spell with the Bar Barrel as well. The Minor Balloon. Bomb Tower seems like it sucks, but it's actually pretty good. Bomb Tower is insane. It just gets so much value. It's going to be Graveyard, I guess. KK is really liking these Graveyard decks, but he's going with a lot of off-meta Graveyard decks. Really bad Bar Putt. Bar Putt's not going to do much against these Royal Hogs. 3 Royal Hogs on the right side tower, also supported by a Zappy. That tower is getting real low. I don't know why KK keeps using these Graveyard decks. They just don't seem that good. These Bar Putt Graveyard decks have not sold me at all. Every time I've seen them. Let me just flex real quick. Follow since 2 years, 4 months. Damn. Green Ball. That's probably close to when I started streaming. Want to run a bracket later today? Probably not. I think today when I stream, I'm gonna just do a nice and chill stream. I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of 1v1s with you guys. Maybe play a little bit of ladder. Just keep it. Just chill. I'd replace the Cage with the Bomb Tower and Golem / E-Giant decks. Okay, yeah, maybe. Okay, well, I guess they're different. Like, Goblin Cage has a lot. I don't even think... Goblin Cage is a decent defensive card, but it's a really good offensive card. So on decks where you want counter pushes, it's a lot better. But on decks where you don't really care about that, having that unit on for that counter push, I don't know. Bomb Tower, like, what card is better on defense than Bomb Tower? Is there a better defensive card in the game than Bomb Tower? Probably not. Do some little cash later. I'll probably do, I promised a lot of people, I promised yesterday on stream that I'd do 1v1s, so I'll probably do 1v1s today, maybe a little cash tomorrow. I'm down for a little bit of cash tomorrow. Noah TGPS, what's up? I almost said thank you for the follow, but you just said hello, bro. So what's up, man? How are you doing today? Happy Tuesday. Happy Bren Chong Cup day for everybody, all the way. By the way, everybody that's joining us for this, thank you guys so much for being here. It makes it awesome to stream in front of you guys, cast this event. This has been an insane event so far, and it's just been every game. It's just been super close, very competitive. Some of the best Clash Royale players in the world, and it looks like that's gonna be tower down. One push, KK. Wow. Well, I said that. I said that these Graveyard decks are not working. Maybe KK heard me because he made that work and it looked really good. KK. KK. 3-up? No, he's 2-1 now. KK did... Well, 2-up, 2-down against Starry. Starry was undefeated, so now Starry's 2-1. I think KK was 1-1, I believe. KK did win one of his, or did lose one of his games. Hunter. You know what? Yeah, Hunter might be the best defensive card in the game. You're right. What time do you have to get up for this? 6 in the morning. I get up at 6 in the morning. I make a bagel. I almost finished the bagel this time. I still have a couple of bites left. Hello, Bizping. What? Where's the Kashman? Hello. Ouch. Got roasted. Did Starry play Golem first? Starry played Golem first. Yes, he did. He played in the first match against... who did Starry play against? It wasn't Sandbox. Higher? I can't remember. We've been watching a lot of games today, and I am very tired. But you know what? Still enjoying it. You know what? This is if you gotta wake up for something, what's better than waking up for the Bren Chong Cup too? I can't think of anything. Best defensive cards in the game gotta be either Hunter or Bomb Tower. Yeah, I agree with both of those. Both of those are just next level. Throw them in the exact same deck. Going back to KK's deck, I know we can't see it right now, but I like that Graveyard deck a lot. It had a lot of really good defensive options. Having the Hunter and the Mega Minion is pretty much more than enough you need for air. And then he also had the Barb Hut, which is really good against Beatdown. Having the Knight as well, which is probably one of the best cards in the game, as just a unit that can get so much value. 3 elixir that you can use to defend pretty much every other card in the game as long as it's not flying. KK is 2-1. Who did KK lose to against? I can't remember. So who was the... Oh, Hajime. That's right. So it was... First game was... Who was the first game? KK and Pure? No. I can't remember who the first game. Who did KK lose to? I can't remember. Well, Sandbox is 2-0'd KENTSUMESHI. KENTSUMESHI has yet to win a game, and now he's playing against Hajime. And Hajime's been on an absolute tear ever since his first loss. I'm pretty sure Hajime lost to Starry. Hajime lost to Starry, correct? And so ever since Hajime lost to Starry, he has been on a tear. He beat KK, and it was a very, very close set, but it really played it like an absolute champion. Absolute champion. Quick prediction? Yes, let me set that up real quick. Hajime on the top, and then we got KENTSUMESHI on the bottom. Prediction is now open. You guys can gamble your channel points saying who do you think's gonna win, who do you think's gonna lose. I don't want to put in my 2 cents, but right now it looks like wait. This deck on the bottom, I'm making a bold prediction. It's just minor control, minor poison control with Inferno Tower and Prince. There's no way. There's no way. Bobbert, thank you so much for the follow, man. Welcome to the Cash fam. And then we're seeing good old Hajime come out with the he's coming out with minor wall breakers, but what's that last card? Is there any way Hajime is using Earthquake? It has to be Earthquake or Fireball. I don't think you would ever use a Royal Delivery and a Log together. Usually you see Royal Delivery paired with the Earthquake, because Earthquake, you don't usually use it on defense. It's a primarily offensive spell in quotation marks. I think it's a win condition. And then Royal Delivery, you can't use it on offense. You can only use it on defense, but it's a really solid defensive spell. Prince not played quickly enough. Usually the Prince will be able to stop those wall breakers, but wasn't able to here. KENTSUMESHI is just making a decent amount of misplays. This is a matchup where, you know what, you could have used the Mother Witch. Now that I'm seeing this deck, it might not be the deck I'm thinking of. I think KENTSUMESHI's not using minor poison Prince control. Mortar for Hajime. What? No way. Imagine if he pulled out Mortar. So he uses a Bomb Tower. We were just talking about the 2 best defensive cards in the game. We brought up them being Bomb Tower, Hunter potentially, and putting those both in a deck. That is powerful. That is powerful. I don't really like this deck composition though from Hajime. I wonder if this was a he missed the card. Pedro Samurai, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cash fam. Because the Royal Delivery is really good on defense, but if you have a Bomb Tower and a Hunter already, you don't need the Royal Delivery. Royal Delivery seems like overcommit. I'd rather have the Fireball so you can do a little bit of offensive pressure. You can support your Miner and your Wall Breakers a little bit more. Or even an Earthquake would be a little bit better. I think Earthquake, the Log seems a little bit better. Maybe change Earthquake for the Log. I don't know. This deck composition seems really, really bad. Really bad. I guess I can't really say too much because right now it doesn't really matter too much. He's dealing a lot of damage both to left and right side of KENTSUMESHI. But right now, KENTSUMESHI is in the lead. 870 left on Hajime's left side tower. Both wall breakers are going to connect. Maybe? Nope. Snowball, Barb Barrel, cleans up the wall breakers. Prince, really weird placement for the Prince. Hunter at the back, just making sure if a Miner was played, that Hunter is going to be there to pick it up. But look, Poison comes in. It's going to deal with the Hunter, deal with damage. That's something that Hajime can't do with the Royal Delivery. This Royal Delivery is just such a waste of a card. I don't like the Royal Delivery. I keep looking at it, and I don't think... if Hajime wins, you know what? It won't matter. But this... Every match counts in this. Every match counts. You play seven sets, and 1 match can lose you the set. 2 games can definitely make you lose the set, because you do lose the set. So Snowball coming in, probably, nope, not even going to go with the Barb Barrel. Prince is going to help out, finish up the wall breaker on the left side. Miner coming in. Oh. Miner at the bridge. Interesting. Okay, so he needs something. Snowball coming in for the wall breakers. One wall breaker, okay, does not connect. These poisons are adding up. If Hajime had a big spell, Hajime would win this matchup. Good prediction, good pickup on the miner. There's a chance. Hajime is playing this really, really well, and somehow is these miners, he hasn't... the problem is Hajime has been able to pick up pretty much every single miner, where KENTSUMESHI hasn't been able to pick up any miner. So Snowball comes in, just with the power of the big spells. Quick cycle, though, maybe? No, poison comes in. GG, well played. I don't know, man. I still can't. I still don't get it. Hajime, that would have been the easiest match of his life. If he had Earthquake, if he had Fireball, if he had Poison, if he had anything. Why? Why use Royal Delivery, Hunter, and Bomb Tower? What are you expecting? What are you coming up against? A quadruple win condition deck? That seems so aggressive. I thought KENTSUMESHI was using Mortar Bait with Prince. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. Also, Pedro Samurai, I think I said thank you so much for the follow, but also thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cash Ram. Welcome to the Bren Chong Cup 2. Also, Game R Praveen, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Cash Ram as well. How are you guys doing today? On a scale of 1 to 17, how good's the day? 17 being bad, 1 being good. Yeah. I use that Prince deck. Instead, I use Fireball for Poison. I think that deck was good. It looks super similar to this one Miner Poison deck that was popular when Miner was actually good, where you go Miner Poison, Prince, Spear Goblins, Bats, Inferno Tower. I can't remember the spell. I think it was just Log. I think so. I don't know. So Pro Bro, misplay. I don't know. Was that a misplay or was that just a bad deck? That was insane. I don't get it. It had to be a misclick. The miner at the bridge. Yeah, was that a misplay or was that, what was that? Because that miner at the bridge, I thought for sure it was going to the front. You see the hunter at the back, you're probably gonna go, I don't know. I don't even know what the spots are called. I always hear Rich Slayton being like, he's going to this tile or that tile. I don't know what the names of the tiles are. I didn't even know they had names. I don't even know where they find the data for that. But I was gonna say bottom right. If you play hunter at the back, go bottom right with your miner. For some reason, it was at the bridge where there was already a knight versing a knight. Or no, a prince versing a knight. I don't know. That was a weird game. That was probably the weirdest game. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but that was weird. What's your weight? I weigh $180. $180 if after I eat a burrito. KENTSUMESHI was a little inconsistent on the micro, but his macro was perfect that match. He had a really good matchup. I don't know how you lose that matchup. Having the snowball, having the prince for the miner, having the snowball and the bar barrel every time for pretty much the wall breaker, and then just getting so much poison value with the miner. I don't know. That seemed like a really solid matchup. Drink water. I would love to. My head was hurting so much. I just had a really bad headache just for like a second. Let's get a little H2O on me. Loki to go. What's up, Cash? Not much, man. What's up with you? What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Bren Chong Cup day. Happy day in general. Maybe it was the night prediction to get the prince on tower. I don't freaking know. Hey, Loki. Man, that game was a mess. That game was the weirdest game I've seen so far. I wonder if Hajime brings this deck back, but he gets rid of the dang Royal Delivery and puts in Earthquake, maybe? You have enough defense. You have enough defense. You don't need Royal Delivery. You might as well just put in another tower at that point. Hajime, you know what? Instead of Royal Delivery, put an Inferno Tower. He actually might be running the exact same deck back. I might be missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. The problem is it doesn't seem like you can get the... Oh, no, he's going to go with the mortar. We saw him play this deck against KK. It's going to be mortar graveyard. Probably, we saw him use arrows instead of fireball. Let's see if that happens again. And then we got giant miner cycle on the bottom. Last two cards are going to be mini P.E.K.K.A and giant for KENTSUMESHI. This matchup seems bad. This matchup seems bad. If Hajime has arrows, this is pretty much just GG, well played. Even if it's poison, it's going to be really annoying. So Hunter for this giant, that's going to be really, really good. But these magic archers, ooh, really bad knight. He should have played the knight instead of on the right side. He had to play it on the left side. If he played on the left side, magic archer wouldn't have got any hits. I don't know what's going on with Hajime. He played so well against KK. So well. I feel like Hajime, is this, I don't even know if Hajime is playing right now. There could be like Hajime's brother playing on his account because the amount of plays he's been doing is weird. I guess because why would you play knight on the right side there if your hunter's already on the right side? You know the magic archer is going to try to line up that hunter. So graveyard coming on the left side. Late log's going to help clean up most of that graveyard. A couple of skeletons left. Skeletons are going to help clean up the rest of the skeletons. Right now, KENTSUMESHI's in the lead, but in a 2-tower situation, I don't know. I wasn't expecting this is how this match was going to go. Graveyard. Yeah, graveyard. Wait, what? Did you think it was going to be Dragon Grave? No, it's got to be Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, Mortar. Did I not say Mortar Graveyard? I might have not said Mortar Graveyard. I don't know. I'm a little tired. Miner gets a couple little chip shots. This is probably going to be tower down on the left side. Graveyard comes in. I wonder what the spell is. If it's Fireball, that's good. If it's Arrow, so it is going to be Poison. Poison's the traditional spell used in this deck, and that's most likely going to be tower down. A couple skeleton hits. Poison's going to help chip off the rest of that, and that's going to be GG well played on the left, and GG on the right for Hajime's tower. So in a 2-tower situation, I don't really know who has matchup. It's going to be hard. I think I want to say Hajime, but Graveyard gets so much worse in times in a 2-tower situation. Having the King Tower activated makes that win condition a lot worse. Being able to play the Knight in the pocket, playing the Cannon Cart in the pocket, is definitely going to help out. Going to definitely chip away. I don't know. Have Revol already shouted? Have Revol already shouted you out, Cash? I don't know. He might have, but I might have just not been paying attention. I might have just not been paying attention. I have no idea. I think I slept like 4 hours last night, so my brain is jello. I'm using my final 2 brain cells to do the best commentary possible. Miner, I like the Miner. One thing with this deck that I think it was Boss that said it was with Giant Miner. A lot of people use Miner as a second win condition, the supporting units of the of your opponent, and really try to get that. I don't even know if I'm back. Am I actually back? There's no way. Oh my gosh, there's no way. Oh, I'm gonna start losing hair. Oh my gosh. Am I back? Can you guys actually see me? There's no way. Losing hair might not be the worst. Okay, I'm back, baby. Looks good now. I don't know what happened. I had to change. I went into my Streamlabs settings. I literally went into my Streamlabs settings and I was changing the encoder. I changed my encoder from software to hardware. I changed the bit rate. I changed the frames per second. I went everything. Oh man, that is so disappointing. That's twice in a row now that we've had problems with the stream. That sucks. Why can't I have? I'd rather have problems with my second stream. I'd rather just have problems with my second stream than this one. Okay, so what we missed was KENTSUMESHI did end up winning, and also Griko is now undefeated, just beating Higher. Higher's having a really, really, really rough outing, and it sucks. I really want to see Higher do well. That sucks. That's too bad. Happy birthday. To who? Me? Oh, man. It's super pixely, but... Oh, wait. It's not good? No. It's not good? It seems super delayed. Okay, maybe it's not too bad. Stream is good for me. That's awesome. That's awesome. Sorry that took so long. I've never experienced that happen to me on my stream before, and I've had the same stream settings for 2 years. So the fact that I had to go in my settings was it was a throwback. It was a throwback. I've never had to change those settings before, so hopefully that doesn't continue. Hopefully it's good. What actually happened? What happened actually? I have no idea. All of a sudden, it said my bit rate dropped like 5 kps kilobytes per second, which was really, really low. It said it was unstable. It said that there was a network issue, but everything else was working fine, so I didn't know what was going on. And then I just went into my settings. I lowered a lot of my like bit rates and frames per seconds, and I also lowered, and then I also changed my encoder from software to hardware, and it seemed to help out. So I'm as long as it works, still good, but I may be like 30 seconds behind. Crash, yo, mine dropped after I'm 2k to 500 and then back up. Yeah, it should be. It seems good right now. KK just announced that he joined Fav Gaming. No way. KK joined Fav? Really? I wonder if Fav keeps Hajime, Expo Master, and Jack, because that's broken. That's the best team I've ever seen in my life. Not only that, but we're seeing a really cool... Okay, the KK's deck, it doesn't have a big spell, this deck. This deck's all about bridge spam. Ah, wait, does this one? Usually this one has Heal Spirit. In the past, this deck used Heal Spirit, but now Heal Spirit's really, really bad. So now you could change out Heal Spirit for a big spell. We'll see if that's the case. But I really like KK's deck. He has a lot of resources. He's got Fisherman, which is a really good card. Hunter, probably one of the best defensive cards in the game. And then also the Cannon card, one of my favorites. Really good on defense, really good on offense. And pairing that up with what's going on with the Magic Archer. Hey, Magic Archer, just walk around. Just walk around. Raki, Raid, and KK Now and Ponos, check their Twitter. Wait. Half of Ponos joined Fav. Really? Really? Except Katassian. So, wait, Rad and Raki Jones joined Fav as well? So, then Fav got rid of Jack and Hajime? And Expo Master? Wow. Wow. Mugi only good one there. I wonder if that was a decision by Fav or a decision by Ponos, because it's weird that you wouldn't want to run Ponos back, because Ponos was in the World Finals. They did really, really well, and they were probably a couple of matchups away from being world champions. Maybe not, because I don't know. Ruben was kind of good in the World Finals. Really, really good. KK is so good too. KK's really good. Mugi's really good. Hajime did really well this season. Really, really good. Couple of Magic Archer shots, too. That is not insignificant. Those add up quick. KK is doing really, really good. And KENTSUMESHI's got he played against Hajime last game. I don't even think he played well. I think Hajime just played really, really bad. But he did end up getting the win. And right now, that's a decent amount of damage. Getting really close to tying up this game. But this counter push is going to be ridiculous. Big counter push on the left. Still has to deal with these Royal Recruits on the right. Probably Royal Hogs coming down on the right side. Yes, Royal Hog come down on the right side. And Fireball comes in for the Royal Hogs, but still, a lot of damage coming in. Cannon Card's going to help clean up. Cannon Card's still alive. This Cannon Card has to be dealt with. Never mind, Zappies are going to clean it up. Yeah. And then Magic Archer doesn't get the Magic Archer snipe. A little bit of a misclick by KK, which we haven't seen a lot of those today. CRL doesn't even have 2v2 anymore, just saying. Yeah. But also, wait, how does... I'm confused. Wait, Fav said... Wait, if... KK's joining Fav. I didn't know esports organizations were still... I think Fav just sponsored the players who are content creators. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Also, I was really hungry, sorry. My stomach is... I should have had a bigger breakfast. I should have had a lot bigger of a breakfast. If KK didn't miss that Magic Archer snipe, this game would be a lot closer. Last card was bad, so it's not a big spell. KENTSUMESHI could still win this. Good Firewall going to take out the Magic Archer. The Royal Hogs are going to deal a lot of damage. Hunter's going to help mitigate that, but still. Zappy's on the right side. Royal Recruit on the right side. A lot of damage coming in. Probably more Royal Hogs coming out soon. Royal Hogs come down. Fireball on that Magic Archer every single time. The game's getting close, but with 20 seconds left, as long as KK can defend this left side, he should be okay. He should be okay. It's going to be hard to stop every single... Going for the Magic Archer snipes again. Misses them. He needs to somehow stop these Royal Hogs from getting any damage. Magic Archer does get a couple of shots, and that's huge. But Fireball comes in. He's going to steal it. KENTSUMESHI stole this game. GG, well played. Interesting. Interesting. So it sucked because no tower for KK, so the Royal Hogs, every time they were played, pretty much always got value. He ended up playing the Hunter on the right side, and he didn't have the Hunter on the left side for the defense against the Royal Hogs, because if he went Hunter and then Log, that would have stopped pretty much most of the damage, but he went with the Cannon card instead. Cannon card doesn't have the best DPS, and wow, KENTSUMESHI stole that. That's crazy. Dandy, thank you so much for the drink, the water. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think it's just a Fav sponsor the people who are content creators. Honestly, really smart play. Really, 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 really smart play. By the way, how's the quality of the stream? Are we in business? It looks like the bitrate's good, which is awesome. That is very disappointing that the stream crashed, though. That is very, 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 very top quality. Awesome. About time. Magma, thank you so much for the water. I need it. I need it. I was hot when I was having those issues. The stream. Oh. I wouldn't lie if I said I wasn't a little steamy. Yada. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cash fam. How are you doing today? Happy Tuesday. Happy Bren Chong Cup day. So Electro Giant gets banned by KK. Interesting. I don't think we've seen KENTSUMESHI even use Electro Giant. So interesting ban. Maybe KK's using a deck that's weak against Electro Giant. I don't know what deck that would be. I don't know. Interesting ban. I think this is one of the first times we've seen the Electro Giant banned, and it's cool to see a card so new already, I guess, impacting not only the meta of Clash Royale but the competitive scene. It's a really good card. It's a cool looking card as well. I like it. To answer Streamlabs, I like Inferno D and hate Golem. Yeah, Golem's really... It's weird that you hate Golem if you like the Inferno Dragon. Inferno Dragon roasts Golem. If I ban E-Giant, I would play Minor Wall Breakers. Yeah, I think Minor Wall Breakers would be a really good deck. We saw Minor Wall Breakers, but we've seen Minor Wall Breakers beat Electro Giant a lot. We've seen Minor Wall Breakers pretty much beat any deck. I think that's why a lot of these pro players like Minor Wall Breakers so much, and especially in this format, where it's a best of 3, every game counts. There's a lot of outplayability with Minor Wall Breakers. A lot. KK playing Golem. What? You think he's playing Golem? Because E-Giant counters it. Does E-Giant counter Golem? Really? I don't think KK is going to play Golem. The only players we've seen play Golem today are Starry and... I think it was just Starry. Starry and... Who's the other one that played Golem? I think we saw one other one. Cash is so entertaining. I do my best. I'm a little tilted right now. So Lava Hound coming out for KENTSUMESHI. Probably Lava Miner. We've already seen him play that deck before. And KK could be using Splash Yard, or it could be, like you said, it actually could be Golem. No, it's Splash Yard. Let's be honest, it's Splash Yard. KK has been loving Graveyard decks. He's been playing everything from Barb Hut Graveyard to Mortar Graveyard to Splash Yard. He's been playing them all, and this looks like a really, really, really good matchup. No Inferno Dragon for KENTSUMESHI, which is a really annoying card for KK's deck to usually deal with, but KK also has the Fireball instead of the Poison, which is, I wonder what deck he was trying to get the snipe on, but the Fireball is going to be really, really handy here, I think. It's going to have that really instantaneous, just either can kill the, yeah, it can either kill the Flying Machine, it can kill the Lava Pups, it can kill the Barbs, and especially when KK eventually goes in with his Graveyard, most likely we're going to see KENTSUMESHI defend with the Barbs, and if KK quickly fireballs the Barbs, it might just be GG well played. This might be a situation where KK just needs one push, and that's all it takes. This is KENTSUMESHI's matchup, like 70-30, even with the Fireball, eh? Even with Fireball, I was thinking this would be a little bit better with the Fireball, but we'll see. We'll see if it changes anything. So a really solid push coming in from KENTSUMESHI, but double Ice Wizard's already down. Baby Dragon's down. Another Baby Dragon comes down. That's a lot of units. Probably a Tornado gonna suck everything up. No, just keeps that extra little bit of elixir. Is this where you go Graveyard? You have enough elixir for Graveyard and the Fireball, but that Knight's dead. Why? Fireball probably coming in for the Barbs. Oh, I like that Tornado. Ooh, but he does miss 2 Barbs. Not good, but not the end of the world. Double Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon still alive from the previous defense. Interesting play. This might be a situation where KK feels like he had to put pressure on, but he has the lead, so I don't know why. This is probably where he's going to go Graveyard. Not with his Baby Dragon, but with the Knight. Maybe... Okay, so he's going to go Fireball right away. Most likely now we're not going to see a Graveyard, because if he does go Graveyard, the Barbs are just going to get way too much value. This is KENTSUMESHI's one of his last pushes. I don't know if he's going to be able to get another one after this. Fireball makes it better as Barbs are useless. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but it still doesn't look as easy as I thought. The Splash Yard does this, though. This is the reason why this deck has been so popular for so long, is it's just so consistent on defense. The combination of the Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon, and a Tornado that we just saw there is a defensive combo that is so powerful. So very powerful. And add in that bomb tower. How do you stop it? Graveyard getting a little bit of chip, and that's probably going to be GG. Well played. KK is going to tie up this set, and we are going to go to a game number 3. Really well played. Really well played. KK loves the graveyard. KK loves graveyard. It's crazy because a lot of the meta, a lot of the pro players are moving away from graveyard. A lot of players since the nerf are saying graveyard's not as good, and we're going to play other decks, minor wall breakers, what electro giant, whatever it is. KK's sticking with graveyard, and maybe that's a good play because you don't practice against graveyard as much just because it's not as popular. Maybe you don't see it. You're right. Fireball changes things. Fireball changed everything in that matchup. If it was poison, it would have been impossible for KK to really deal damage. Like, he would have maybe got a little bit of poison value, a couple of chip shots, but overall that should be, I believe, as long as he can get some good flying machines to help support the Lava Hound pushes, get the miner on the Ice Wizard, he should be able to out chip damage him, even if you just look at the miner. If you just go miner at the back, chip away with your miner, Lava Hound gets a couple of shots too. I don't know. It would have been interesting to see that matchup without poison. I wish we had the stats from either Royal API or Stats Royale or one of those places, because it's always nice to see the stats. The stats are usually really helpful. But still, I think that was a really well played match by KK. Even if it was a matchup for KK, you still have to play the matchup well, and that was good. Fireball NATO support down, exactly. I didn't even think about the Fireball, the NATO Fireball combination too. KK used that a lot. And yes, it's 7 elixir, but he was getting a lot more than that. He got the pups from the Lava Hound. I don't even know how to value that elixir wise. He got the Skeleton Dragons and the Mega Minion with the first one, and then for the second one, he got Flying Machine Barbs. I guess he missed 2, and the Tower. So that's pretty good. That's what it's a positive elixir trade. Just like OJ says, that's what Clash Royale is about. If you want to win, that's it. You missed Cyberpunk 2077. I'm back, boys. What did I miss? Yeah, you missed Cyberpunk. My stream absolutely crapped out. Had to reset it. It sucks. It really sucks. I'm really, really disappointed about that. But I don't know. I can't let the past affect me too much. Just gotta push through. Pull out the Mother Witch action to make things exciting. If I was KENTSUMESHI, I think that's a really good play. KK has been running graveyard all day long. Maybe that's why KK brought Fireball. Maybe. Do you think KK brought Fireball because he already saw KENTSUMESHI play the Mother Witch and thought to himself, wait, if he plays Mother Witch against my graveyard deck, do I just lose? And was nervous about the Mother Witch? It's crazy to say that he might have been nervous about the Mother Witch. Sorry, man. It should be good, though. Yeah, it's good now. Finally, smart Hunter ban. Yeah, a lot of people use Hunter, though, in their deck pools, so maybe people just want to keep Hunter. It looks like we might have a mirror match. No, KENTSUMESHI running the Lava Battle Healer. Are we seeing Elixir Golem? Are we seeing Elixir Golem? So I like the play of running back the Lava Miner with KENTSUMESHI just without having the Hunter. Hunter's really, really good. Hunter's really good against this deck, just Lava Hound in general, Lava Hound decks, Lava Miner, Lava Balloon. So that makes it a little easier, but it looks like KK is going to be using the Elixir Golem now. It's not going to be Golem, it's going to be Elixir Golem. You don't see Battle Healer with any other card but the Elixir Golem. You see it on a couple of bridge spam decks. There's this one bridge spam deck with Ram Rider that's really good with the Battle Healer. A lot of pro players are using it high up in ladder, and it's a solid deck, but Elixir Golem, this is going to be hard. I think the problem, this is 100% KK's matchup because all KK has to do is go, yeah, Baby Dragon at the back. All he has to do is go Electro Dragon as well, and this entire push is done. The entire push is done. There's nothing he can do. This Inferno Dragon is pretty much useless, and there's no way for KENTSUMESHI to stop these Electro Dragons. There's no way. Tornado sucks everything up. Battle Healer up high. Arrows comes in. Wait a second. Good Miner distracting the Electro Dragon. The Electro Dragon stays alive, and that's the thing you got to take out. Battle Healer's still alive. Battle Healer is going to keep basically just keep everything alive, but also bring itself back to full HP. Double Electro Dragon, this is over. It's GG, it's well played. Tornado sucks everything up, it doesn't matter. Both Electro Giants are alive. There's a Battle Healer still alive. That's GG, well played. No big spell by KENTSUMESHI. Great deck selection by KK. Maybe trying to go for a double prediction. Maybe a little bit of a double prediction. Thinking, okay, KENTSUMESHI banned Hunter, so KENTSUMESHI's probably going to be running the same deck back. If he's running the same deck back, I'm going to use this deck. And this deck, it worked. It worked really, really well. GG, well played. There's nothing KENTSUMESHI could do. That's 100-0. There's no, unless KK fell asleep, or his phone died, or got hit by a meteor, or maybe got, I don't know. Hey! Let's go! Out of B, KK. Out of B. Well played. Really good deck selection. That's going to be a big change in CRL this season, is players that can have the intelligence to make, or have the confidence, have the creativity to make, I guess, unique decks, select the correct decks, and know your opponent's deck pool to, I guess, make your bans matter. Use the bans to affect your deck selection. You really gotta be smart. You really gotta be smart. And without an analytics team, without a team to tell you what decks your opponents are running and what deck you should run against your opponent's deck pool, we're gonna see a big difference. We're going to see a big difference this season in CRL, where if certain players will be able to do that themselves. Certain people are going to be able to look at, I know a lot of players, I think Bag is one that I'm thinking of. Bag, he knows a lot of decks. He knows decks of every player. He knows exactly what cards go against what interactions of every card. So players like him will be really, really good in the format, where maybe other players that are very one-trick oriented, that don't have a lot of diversity with their deck pool, and then can't make a deck on the fly, or maybe make a counter deck to get that good matchup. St. Belican, that's another one I was thinking about too. St. Belican, another really good deck maker. He can play a lot of decks, he can play unique decks, and I think that's going to be beneficial in CRL this season. But at the same time, that could have been, right now I'm talking about KK, how he's a genius for that deck selection. What if KENTSUMESHI didn't run that deck back? What if he didn't run that deck back? Air Surfer, yeah, Air Surfer can play everything too. I don't know what Air Surfer's analytic skills are like. I'm assuming they're fine. I'm assuming they're good. I know his micro is insane, but I was thinking more about the analytics side, being able to look at other people's decks, pools, and predict what deck they're going to play and try to make a counter deck to that deck. I think Golem E-Drag counters that Lava Hound deck, so I think E-Giant Golem would actually be good. E-Giant E-Golem or E-Drag, I think Golem would have been fine in that matchup. Just the problem, KK won when he selected the Electro Dragon. If he had any other card in that deck, it probably wouldn't have been a win. But selecting that the Electro Dragon, it secured it. It was 100%. It was 100-0. I mean, he's friends with Dippets. Ooh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And if you're friends with a couple of guys that have a lot of analytics behind them, it is going to be, okay, this is a big match. This is a big match. SandBox has been on a tear, but Starry is a player that came to play. Starry has come to play, and he's proven himself against some of the best players in this group. Starry going with the Inferno Dragon. Most likely it's going to be Lava Hound. We haven't seen a lot of, I don't know, it could be Graveyard. There's that double Dragon Bowler. Yep, there it is, Bowler. So it is going to be double Dragon Bowler Valkyrie. Graveyard Freeze to be exact. Maybe Lumberloon Freeze, but this is not looking good. SandBox is off to a great start. Electro Dragon coming out. Barbell to help out as well. The Royal Giant does get one shot. It does get two shots. Probably going to get two more, actually. 3 and then 1 extra? No, just 3. That is a lot of damage, though. Royal Giant hits like a truck, and this deck does hit like a truck as well. SandBox, usually this deck, I'm going to say this again, usually, wow, great King Tower activation using the Fishman at the back, and then it is going to be Lumberloon. Not a lot of elixir, but SandBox might have Fireball. That is the exact card. Usually this deck runs Earthquake, but Earthquake, it's not the most versatile deck. It's not even a good support spell. It does help, yes, the Royal Giant with the whole dealing with towers or building if there's a bomb tower. It doesn't even really help that much with a Goblin Cage. It's pretty much useless, but it does deal a lot of damage to your opponent's tower. You don't really need that in this deck. I like the Fireball because we've seen this exact matchup. SandBox has played this matchup already. And he did end up winning this matchup. He went Royal Giant on the left. We saw KENTSUMESHI go all in on the right side and was able to defend with just Hunter and a Fireball. And a lot of times, that's all you need. That's all you need as well. Prediction. Yeah, let's do a little prediction real quick. Who will win? We got SandBox. I'm loving SandBox right now. And then we got Starry. Alright, predictions are set. This game's not over yet. But let me reiterate. This game's not over yet. Just because Starry's behind doesn't mean, okay, Starry might be losing here. Royal Giant gets another shot. Yikes, this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. GG, well played. I just don't know how SandBox will make a mistake. Trying to go for... I don't know if that was... The King Tower's already activated. I guess he's just trying to go for the defensive side. I like this Royal Giant on the left side, making it so Starry can't build this big push on one lane. What Starry wants to do is have an Electro Giant, or an Electro Dragon, have a Bowler, have an Inferno Dragon, have a Lumberjack, have a Balloon, all in one lane, all a big push. This deck is all about counter pushing. So putting that Bowler in the back, defending with the Electro Dragon, Tornado, and everything else, and then going Lumberjack and Balloon in front of it. That's how you win, and freezing everything. The last card in Starry's deck is Freeze, and everybody knows that Freeze is one of those cards where one mistake and you could win. So everything is raged up. Fireball comes in. As long as this Royal Giant doesn't get a hit, maybe there's a chance. So Lumberjack is not in the hand of Starry, so he can't go Lumberloon. That's the combination you want to go for. So maybe this next push, he's going to try to go for it doesn't look like it. This is going to be GG, well played. Royal Giant on the left side. You got to defend the Royal Giant, but I don't even know. What are you going to use? Lumberjack? You could go Lumberjack. Okay, this isn't over. Okay, this is over. Fisherman, really good pull on the Lumberjack. The Royal Giant gets one more shot. Probably another one too. Doesn't get the last shot. See, it's weird because usually the Royal Giant does get that last shot. So there is a little bit of rage left. Going with the... Oh, this could be it. Fireball comes in, but we know the Freeze is coming in as well. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands. Hunter, though. SandBox knows what he's doing. He knew that's... I knew what Starry was going for. SandBox definitely knew what Starry was going for. I don't know why, but I put 100 on Starry. Hey, underdog, you never know. Also, Juan, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the Kashman. Welcome to Bren Chong Cup 2. 2 people voted Starry, and there's like 0% for him. Yeah, that's, maybe it was just not a lot. 2 people voted like small amounts, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. 1 year adjust. That's crazy. 1 year. Time flies. SandBox is so good. Yeah, he's doing really, really well. It looks like he's going to tie this up. I don't know how he's going to make a mistake here. Tornado's already out. Maybe a freeze on defense. No. Royal Giant gets one shot. Gets another shot. Fireball came in anyways. Fireball would have cleaned it up. GG. Well played. SandBox is going to take game number 1. SandBox is a animal. SandBox is an animal. I'm excited just for SandBox's next game. I think SandBox plays KK next. And KK is one of those players where I think he's probably one of the best in this group. He hasn't had the best outing today, but overall as a player, quality-wise, he's got to be top 2. And SandBox seems like it looks like SandBox might be the best player in this group, and I was not expecting that. I'm not surprised. I remember watching his Twitch streams and seeing him play, and I've seen him even appear on Drexen's stream a couple of times, and he can play really well on ladder. He can play really well on a GC. But just because you can play Clash Royale Ladder and Clash Royale GC, a lot of people say that doesn't mean that you are good in the competitive scene. It's a different game. It's a different animal. There's more pressure, different format. You got to be more diverse, blah, 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 blah. Well, we've seen time and time again where these ladder players, let's say Igor, for example, Samuel Basoto, Lapicati, and now maybe SandBox, all these players that really excel in ladder do really well in the professional scene. So maybe that's why Clash Royale has decided to use ladder as a conduit to CRL. I kind of like it. Hajime kind of disappointed. Hope he's okay. Wait, Hajime is kind of disappointed, or he's disappointed you? SandBox goes Ram Rider next? That would be a bold prediction. We haven't seen SandBox go Ram Rider yet. I would say Wall Breakers. Maybe. I don't know. With you, it's hard because I don't know what Starry's deck pool is. I know Starry is really good at Golem. And without Hunter, maybe this is where you go Golem, but then you could just play a Fisherman deck. What's a good Fisherman deck? It looks like he's going Minor Wall Breakers with Valkyrie. Valkyrie, Magic Archer. We saw SandBox play. No, we saw KK play this deck. Okay, wait, never mind. It's not, I don't think this is, oh, it's not Magic Archer, it's Ice Wizard. It's probably still going to be Wall Breakers. but a little different deck. Baby Dragon, no. Okay, it's going to be a very... Whoa! Not the deck I was thinking of. I thought it was going to be Miner Valkyrie, Ice Wizard, Wall Breakers, Tornado, Rocket, Bomb Tower, and is that all of them? Log? What's the last card in that deck? And it looks like it's not going to be the case. We got Double Dragon, Ice Wizard, and Valkyrie Graveyard. Probably going to be a Freeze as the last card. Anaban did that twice. Yeah, Anaban as well is really, really good. Hajime didn't play. I thought Hajime was going to end up on top, at least top 2 in this group stage. It doesn't even look like he might be the bottom 2, or like at least maybe even a mid-table person. It's weird because I thought he was going to, I don't know, be a lot better. Tornado, activate King Tower. Yup. Really, really well played so far by SandBox. Still, he did have to take a bomb drop, but he does have King Tower activated, and he has a lot of ways to deal with these pushes. The bowler's not going to help too much, but I'm really liking, as long as he can get one good defense. Valkyrie at the back, so he's setting up for this. Oh, that's a problem. The Inferno Dragon of Starry is going to be a problem. Not a card that he can deal with easily. He's going to have to use either a Freeze or a Tornado to keep this Valkyrie alive. Not only that, but he's going to support the Inferno Dragon with the Lava Hound in front. Zaps the Inferno Dragon as well. Has to go Freeze on defense. Really good Freeze by SandBox. But you got to, right now, if you're a SandBox, you're behind. You got to figure out how to get damage, and he's going in on the left side. Doesn't have the Freeze, though, and has to worry about this... Everything on the right side. There's a Miner. There is a Balloon. Inferno Dragon's already locked onto the Ice Wizard. That's going to get a drop from the Balloon. Inferno Dragon is still alive. Freeze comes down, but wow, GG, well played. SandBox wins. What happened to the left side? Did Starry not defend the left side? Did Starry not defend? When did the Valkyrie come in front? Oh, so he went Valkyrie and he went Graveyard. Really good play. I thought it was just an Ice Wizard. So he goes Skeleton Dragon. Skeleton Dragons are not even close to being enough. And then Tornado, Ice Wizard, Defensive Freeze. It's crazy. Having the Freeze on defense and the Tornado and the Ice Wizard, it seems unbreakable sometimes to get through. Really, really well played. Really, really well played. Wow. So yeah, Hajime 1 and 2 to start off, not good. KENTSUMESHI 1 and 3, even worse. And Pure and Higher have yet to even win a game, win a set in this group stage. It just shows how competitive these group stages are. Hey Cash, Ziggy, what's up? How you doing today? Happy Tuesday. Lava hard counters. I don't think so. I don't think so. Lava Hound doesn't hard counter. Having the Inferno Dragon, having the Baby Dragon, and having the Ice Wizard with Tornado and Freeze to support, I don't think counter. It doesn't hard counter. Yeah, there's no way, right? Is that all for today? That's a good question. I do not know. That might be it.